Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Please hit the like button, come in, get comfortable. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Happy Sunday, everybody. Y'all, I was looking for my fan. Woo, because I got to cool myself down. Y'all, the situation is a situation. We got to talk about it. How y'all doing this Sunday? You know your girl is tired. I'm tired. I was tired, I tell you. I'm tired. I was running the streets yesterday, and that ain't something I normally do. So y'all know I'm tired, but I still had to watch this show, and we still got to talk about it. All right. DM Rocks, thank you so much for starting us off with a super chat. Say, hey, in my opinion, Robyn is more likable when she's by herself than with the other girls, and the story about her hairdresser's family was sad. That's what you got from it. Thank you for the super chat, boo. I don't know if I got all that from it, but you know what I'm saying? We all see it a different way. That's why we meet up here and talk about these people and what they got going on. Thank you for your point of view, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you every time you're here. Let me greet everybody. Y'all get comfortable. We got to get this thing jumping. Latavia, what's up, lovely? How are you? Miss Kaiser So say, girl, how you been? I did. I ate good too. Hey, Auntie Eva, Mona Me, how you doing? Y'all, Vita up in here from Denver. You already know. Michelle Sharice, how you doing? Hey, God's anointed daughter, how are you? Okay, y'all, come on in, hit the like button, please. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Hey, Lala Chanel, learning to love myself. How you doing, girl? All right. Kim Bird is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got in Rose. Hey, girl. The beautiful Chanel D Queen is in the house. I know that's right. Queen of Hearts KS. How you doing? Okay, Pasiana, how are you? My sis Alita is here. Hey, girl. All right. The beautiful Bianca Edwards is here. Patricia Robinson, how you doing, lady? Good to see you. Tutu for your info. What's up? Okay, the first half of the Debs is in the house. Miss Deborah Randall. Hey, how you doing? Y'all know we can't talk housewives without Deborah Randall. Fifi ASP, how you doing? Egypt Nile is in the building. Y'all say hello to our gorgeous Archangel, keeping the chat safe. FD Johns, how you doing? Edward Pena, how are you? There go my Mika. Y'all know we love us some cussing Mika over here. Mika gonna tell it like it is, and she gonna do some cussing too. Hey, Andrew Barber, how you doing? Hey, Tracy Lashley, Stoner Gavin, how you doing, kinfolk? Good to see you, Dialogue Sisters. Hello there, Miss Gardner in the house. Miss Sparkle up in here, y'all. This is our resident Mary Kay lady. Y'all better get at her for the holiday. She ships fast. She's got wonderful things in inventory. She ain't got to wait on it. Y'all better holler at her. Debbie Garcia, the second half of the Debs are in the chat. Don D, how you doing? Tay B, how you? Miss Dana Cutler up in here, Steelers Nation. How you doing, Miss Black and Yellow? Mommy's Peanut is in the chat. Y'all go and subscribe to Geneva's Garden, okay, so you can get tips on makeup and deals on the eyeshadow palettes, honey. The fall palettes are on sale right now on Etsy, and I will be putting the link in the chat. We got Jenna Harris. Hey, girl. Baby. Okay, we saw that, right, Jenna? Hey, happy to be happy. I'm glad you made it. Welcome. Do I have everybody? Keisha Hooks, how you doing? Iron Butterfly, good to see you. We got Lel, one of our favorite kin folks in the chat, always telling me something crazy, and I love it when you're here. The beautiful CC Miller is in the chat, y'all. Hey, Candy R, Cool Gamer, what's happening? Y'all come in, get comfortable. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nobody. Y'all know how I am with that. Hey, DV. Hey, Miss Knox. Nene Ashley, what's happening? Good to see you. Lisa Gordon. Hey, girl. How you? Now, Shelves, I've never met you, but I'm glad to see you. What a lovely picture. Beautiful smile. I told you the porch attracts all of the pretty girls. They all come here. Delightful by design. How you? All right, Nano. Hey there, Millie Rock. What's happening? Okay. Did I get everybody? Can I start running my mouth yet? Trina Taylor, hey girl. Hey Cena. Can I start running my mouth yet? Y'all know I absolutely loathe to not greet anyone. Dr. Ivy Girl says, how are you? Miss Thelma, good to see you. So y'all know the rules around here. If I miss anybody, don't y'all miss them, please. Everybody is to feel welcome on this porch, honey. We all family over here, whether we agree or disagree. We all kin folks. No one should feel unwelcome and no one should feel tolerated. So make sure that y'all are greeting and welcoming people as they come in. If I miss them, don't you miss them. Generous Soul, how are you? Dr. J, what's up, lady? Good to see you, PS4L. All right, Shani. Good evening, good evening. Oh, New York City. Y'all remember the Pace Pecani Sauce commercials? Yeah. Juan, what's up, Juan? The beautiful and gorgeous Niecy Rose is up in here. Sasha Ellis. Hey, lady, how are you? Hi, vibe. I know that's right, sis. How you been? Always good to see you when you can make it. Always happy to have you. There's my nephew in the chat. Catherine Bennett is in the house. I know that's right. So listen, we getting ready to start talking about these people. I believe I got everybody. No, I almost missed the first lady. Forgive me. And there's my beautiful baby sister over here in Houston, Christina Shepherd. Y'all say hey to my baby sis. I done told you that she's just the most beautiful, sweetest, and one of the finest heifers in this whole city. So y'all make sure y'all show her some love. Brian Patterson, how you doing? Dora, what's happening? Glad to see you, girl. Britt Brad up in here. Hey, Rochelle. Look, I'm so happy to see y'all. How is everybody doing? I swear I'm glad to see you. DT, what's happening? I love you. Y'all please hit the like button. That's all right. Long as you here, even if it's sporadic, honey. We happy to see you, DS. All right, Yolanda Franklin, Jay Della Ray, you know we love you. Miss Carrie Amuneke, we love you. All right. I think we got everybody, y'all. Can we start gossiping? There go my sister, Deandra O'Neill. What up, D? My Mega Million is in the house. Okay. All right. So y'all getting comfortable. Y'all come in. Start greeting each other, please. Because I'm liable to miss somebody. And it'll hurt my feelings if I do. Key Anu. Oh, okay. You K from the UK. Well, all right. Welcome. Okay. Welcome from the UK. We got a few kin folks from the UK. And I'm always happy to see y'all. Okay. So listen, let's talk about this show. It's a few things went on in here that didn't sit right with me. And I'm sure it's a few things went on in here that didn't sit right with you. Okay? Some things that went on. Emerald, check that door and see if them people delivered my stuff. Emerald Sky. Emerald, check that door, girl. I'm sorry, y'all, for me being country, but you know, mama still have to mama, whether the shows is on or not. We still got to do the mama thing. You know, y'all understand. Y'all is mamas out there. And if you're not a mama, you got a mama. You know how it go. ST. Yeah. That snake ain't sit right with me either. That snake didn't. And again, how you doing? Child, we got to talk about it. It was some stuff that didn't sit right with me. Yeah, it was too much crying and going on. It was too much crying and hollering and stuff is going down. Thank you so much. Yes, her name is Emerald because that number one, that's my favorite color. 2, that's my favorite stone. And 3 might be 1. My mama is Emma. So it was a no-brainer for her to be Emerald. It really was. All right. But thank you for that. Britt Brad say, who are people listening to? Child, I don't know who them 22 people is because it can't be no more than that. But we're going to get into it because it was some things that went on. It was some things that went on that didn't sit right with me. It was some stuff ain't sit right. So we got to talk about it. Yeah, the crying in the line. The crying in the line. It was a lot of that going on in this show. Yeah, when you say the colorists and the wannabes, baby, you better say it. A lot of fake mess. Baby, the fakery was taking me up out this episode. The fakery took me out. I got a thing with, them apologies, King Sankara. Listen, that's why you my favorite nephew. Baby, look. This episode wasn't right at all. I'm glad y'all see it the way I see it. I'm glad y'all see it the way I see it. Andrew say they need to replace them with Katie and a new fresh housewife. Oh yeah, but not before we get this reunion that we so richly deserve after we done suffered through this triggering season. He said right off topic, but Seanitra did her thing with them names, Emerald and Geneva. Oh, thank you. Geneva is my grandmama's name. That was the original Geneva, and she was beautiful too, honey. Hey, my Kai. So listen. So they start off everything. You know, it looked like it was gonna be a regular episode, like they wasn't gonna go out their way to piss us off. Okay. But it looks like they went out their way to piss us off. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Okay. I say that because it looks like to me they were trying to, you know, control what they knew had already gone wrong. And what I mean by that, your mama's name was Geneva. I bet she was beautiful too, ST. What I believe happened, because production had to cover themselves by playing the tape back to show all them lies. Did they bring my stuff, girl? Oh, okay. Be careful and watch yourself. It's dark out that door. Okay. But anyway, y'all, because production had to do playback to show what took place, to show what happened, I think that what ended up going on was that they were like, okay, look, we had to play this back to cover our own backsides. So we need to try to respin. We need to spin this. We need to spin it some type of way because y'all not gonna come out looking good. Child, my Geneva was in Georgia too. She is originally out of Pinehurst, Georgia, South Georgia, Pinehurst. I don't know, Nano. I don't ask children's permission. But listen, so I think they knew it wasn't going to look good. So they went trying to spin it. And it's like, because they tried to spin it and they were sloppy and clumsy with it, that's why I say I felt like they went out their way to piss us off. I don't think their intention was to piss us off. But I think what took place was you got clumsy with your spin. And there was nothing you could do but piss us off at this point. Say production was doing damage control. It ain't work for me either. Over there in Macon, I know that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with them peaches, honey. Yeah, they was doing damage control. I didn't like it. I ain't like it at all. You in Columbus? Oh shoot. Or you say the Reasonably Sleepy podcast. Say I was about to skip Karen and Mia scene. I guess I'll watch this BS. Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened, because honey, something happened during that scene, and we gotta discuss it because it did not sit right with me. I'm just gonna tell you, listen, your auntie ain't like that. Your big sis didn't like what she saw. You say I was like Beyonce, Nano, because ain't nobody, because I ain't want nobody saying nothing crazy about my mama. Oh, I know that's right. You so crazy. So I was mad at Candice and Wendy for apologizing. I was too. But I feel like they were pushed into that. I feel like they was pushed into it. So now let's take a peek. So we started with Karen, you know, the little quick moments, Karen in her home sauna. There go Vet. This is another one from the UKK. Hey, Vet, all the way from Birmingham, England. Okay. So Karen was in her home sauna, child, acting like she meditating. You know you ain't meditating. You be in there 30 minutes sweating, and I ain't mad. Okay? Then you had Ashley TikToking. What else is new? You got Mia talking about they opening up another joint, and they finally showed her 14-year-old. Thank God, because I think after a while, Gabor was going to send them people around there to do a welfare check on that baby, because he kept saying, "Where the baby?" Hey, Mona Thompson. Okay? And then, and Lala, you know what? I just seen Eva respond to you. So I saw you said something that I want to put on the screen, because this is exactly what was going on. It was an episode full of lies and failed attempts to garner sympathy, if you ask me. That's exactly what it was, because they knew they looked bad. Production knew they had to cover their butts by telling the truth. And so now it's like, well, let's try to get some sympathy on your side, because, you know, right now y'all look like the garbage you are. Okay? Yeah, Kai Gabor was not having, and he wasn't having it, and he was looking for where that baby was, because we hadn't seen that baby. Was the baby in the dark? I don't know where the baby was, but we finally seen him. They blipped him across the screen one time, you know, when they was talking about in the beginning about the joint opening or whatever, in the opening scenes, okay, of the episode. They showed him for approximately 1.8 seconds. I tried to time it. It was about 1.8, maybe 1.9 seconds. They did show him, and they had the little caption that said her 14-year-old son. So we know that he is alive and well. Thank the Lord. Okay. They showed Robyn rings on the podcast. I'm talking about we got all these downloads and we even nominated for the Image Awards. Like, girl, anybody can get an Image Award. Anybody can. If I mess around and lose 20 pounds, they're gonna nominate me for one too. So I'm not interested. And then talking about they getting ready for a live show. And then she went to talking about the children's party and she lied on the children. Did y'all hear lie on them babies? Talking about they don't want me there because they don't like me. Mind you, them children just told her, we just really don't want you giving no speech. You know what I'm saying? Can you just be quiet? That's what they told her. That's what they told her. Lord, DT done started. DT done started. Mia acting like she did nothing wrong. Oh yeah, because in her mind she didn't. She feels like she is. It's okay. Oh, well, I just got a text message from one of my babies in the chat that said that y'all need to hit the like button. They said that I need to rest my voice until y'all hit that like button. Now that's what I was just told. Thank you, baby. They brought your juice? Okay. Yeah, I was told that I should rest my throat until y'all hit that like button. Jenna say Ashley auntie even looked like she knew they was fake crying. Child, she was fake too. You wait till I get to her. Yep, Giselle is full of it. I hope y'all hitting that like button. Moderators, one of y'all refresh and tell me where we at on the likes. Because I love y'all too much and treat y'all too well up in here to be done like this. Y'all know I be working so hard over here, running my mouth. I burn calories every time I go live. So please don't do me like that. All 5 of them subscribers are reasonably shady. Yeah. Thank you, Trina. Thank you, Mika. If y'all don't do it, Mika gonna get the cussing up in here. Don't start cussing, Mika. I'm just playing. So listen. Wait a minute. We at 119? That's how we do it? DT, now we up to 128? Okay. Maj, y'all refresh a couple more times. I'm not understanding why I'm being treated like this. What did I do? Why you treat me so bad? I don't know why, baby. Why you treat me so bad? Y'all remember that song? Why you do me the way you do? Edwin say reasonably shady is really giving blah, blah, blah. What is Nick and Roberto really talking about? Apparently bowel movements and passing gas. Apparently, because that's what they said. That's what they said. You see 138? Okay, I'm going to trust y'all for the rest of it. We're going to check back in later and see if y'all still messing with me. Okay, so listen. So she lied on the babies. Robert went to talking about the darn prenup. Mika tell him it's free. It don't cost nothing. It's free. It's free. Auntie Eva, you remember that song? Why you treat me so bad? Look, that's grown people music. Them jitterbugs don't know nothing about why you treat me so bad. So I'm pretty new to the Porch, so I never heard your voice. Oh, no. You know what? Because I be singing all the time, Jenna. You got to get used to me because I'll be talking about something and it'll coincide with a song. And y'all know I just break out and start singing. I'm real ignorant like that. That's right, y'all. Club Nouveau. You know. You already know. Thank you for the 140. That's what I'm talking about. I knew y'all wouldn't do me like that. I knew you wouldn't. It had to be an accident. Queen Me said, I was listening to the radio while I heard a commercial for the Reasonably Shady podcast and they paying for airtime. Girl, hush. Girl, hush. So listen. So she talking about, we talked about the prenup and this and that. And then, talk to set up there with Rings talking crap about Wendy and how she was hugging her and saying that she hate they in that position. We talked about that. Okay. Now, see, this is why this is my little sister, y'all. She said that song giving Johnny Walker Black and 3 Ice Cubes because she know how I drank it. Black label 3 Ice Cubes, not 4, not 2. Okay. So, yeah. So they went to talking crap about Wendy. We already knew that was going to go down. And then they started talking about Candice and Robert saying, I'm going to meet up with Candice because we got in a screaming match. And she's upset because I did what I did with the speaker and Gizzard or not Robert Rings talking about, oh, well, she can't be upset because she talk about us on Instagram Live. First of all, Hooker, she got every right to be upset, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is why I had a problem with her apologizing at all. Number one, yeah, she talked about you on Instagram Live. That means it was public for the whole world to hear. If them ladies hadn't heard it yet, they just hadn't heard it. That's one. Number two is that you didn't just play the live. You came and played a portion of the live to paint the picture that you wanted to paint. Because you's a lying hoe. Ain't nothing worse than sitting up telling half the truth. Telling half the truth is telling a whole lie. If I'm right, put a 1 in the chat. If I'm wrong, put a 2 in the chat. If I'm overreacting, just put a 2. But if you feel like somebody taking part of what you said and repeating it is the same as lying, put a 1 in the chat. Because to me, that's still a lie. And the reason I say that, y'all, is because you had the intention to be deceptive. It was with deceptive intent. There's no way in hell that you accidentally only played part of what that girl said. You intentionally only played part of what she said because your intention was to mislead, to deceive, and to slander somebody. That was your intent. That was your intent. Hey, Just Jules JG. Say Rottweiler had to report back to her owner so she can have her kibbles and bits. Probably so. That sounds about right. But I don't like that dishonesty. Thank you, High Vibe. Misrepresenting the truth is a lie. Hey, Karen Denby. I ain't know you was up in here, girl. Hey, Downtown. I ain't like that. So my attitude is with Candice, the fact that she ended up, how the hell I apologize to you after you went out of your way, bought your little speaker from 5 and below to put on that table to misrepresent the truth, to try to paint me in a bad light. Ain't no way in hell. Right. Then she gonna admit to listening to her live on the toilet. Nasty Hooker, did you wipe? Did you wash your hands? You probably grabbed that speaker with your little boo-boo covered hand and then put it on a table where people gotta eat food. Everybody in there was lined up to get some E. coli. Nasty cow. Delightful by Design say Rings love conflict. She sound like she did not want Robert to resolve her issue with Candice. No, she didn't want her to resolve the issue with Candice because she mad because Candice won't tell Chris to help her clean her face up. She told that lie on that man, and now it's, everybody can see she lying. She want him to just take the high road and apologize, to kind of save my neck. Baby, you got too many necks. That boy, his hands ain't big enough to save all them necks. Stop that. Just Jules say this episode had way too much wide back Robert. Yes. Oh, yes. It was backs and necks this whole episode. Jenna say one of the twins has on the same dress Kenya and Drew wore on Atlanta. Yep, I saw that. I don't know if it was exactly the same, but it was real similar. Yep, no class. It's true. It's true, Vet. Don D say, I hope no one ever asked to use Robert's phone. I hope they don't ask to use her phone, shake her hand, give her dap. Nothing. Chop knuckles, nothing, because I don't believe she washed them. High Vibe say the apologizers need to get a backbone. It feels like folks don't want to lose that good Bravo check. I don't think they worry about the Bravo check. They just want to be in with them people. They know good and well Bravo like mess. If they stand off and just hold their ground, Bravo ain't gonna get rid of them for that. Their concern and their only issue, in my opinion, seems to be that they want to be in with them people. I'm glad Chris ain't apologized, but he did some other stuff I didn't like, and we're going to talk about him too. Right. The culprits that need to apologize didn't. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, so that kind of got up under my nerves, but, it is what it is. Then we get to Candice and Chris. They playing in the backyard party. She excited because it's her first time planning the party in her backyard. And I was happy for her. She's celebrating her MBA from Howard. That's exciting. That's good news. Around here we do go up for sisters with degrees. We love the girls with degrees around here now. So I like that. She did admit that she shouldn't have said what she said about Karen, and that the producer had to remind her that, yeah, you did say it. So that's what further lets me know, like, okay, y'all stepping in to let them know what was said. Okay. Because she didn't say I asked them and they told me. She said they let me know. I know we was talking about it the other day trying to figure out how she would have found out. But they let her know, hey, girl, you did say that. So I feel like these are the same producers that's telling them, well, you did that. Let's try to make you look better. But really what they was doing was trying to manipulate her into helping Robert Dixon not look so bad. Now, that's what the hell they was doing. And it ain't work. But anyway, Chris said Candice likes to hold a grudge and that she gonna sit down when she said she was gonna sit down with Robert Dixon. And he was like, yeah, you should, because you like to hold a grudge. And, and she's like, I feel horrible for how it turned out or whatever. And then the period late, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But let's talk about this you hold a grudge situation, okay? Now, when it come down to it, hey, sis, there go my good sis Marilyn, all right? So now can we talk about this for a minute? Because I had a problem with that. See, here he go again, jumping out on a limb because you want her to make up with these pale folks, even when they do her dirty, okay? This heifer literally came out, brought possibly boo-boo covered speaker, set it on a dinner table to misrepresent the truth and only show half of the truth of what this girl said on an Instagram live, which was out there for public consumption in the first goddamn place, okay? That's number one. But then after she did that, you want her to make up, and you could tell by the way he was talking, in my opinion, that your only interest was you want her to make up with Robyn. I don't really care what she did to you. I just want you to make up with her. You hold a grudge. Now let us all go back. I want y'all to think back in my Betty Wright voice. I want y'all to go all the way back. I don't want y'all waiting to the end of my live and saying, oh yeah, now I remember. Think back to last season. Didn't he do that to her when it came to Ashley? When Ashley picked that fight with that girl at the dinner table for no reason? Instead of him letting two women deal with each other, he jumps in, getting all in her face, treating her like she a problem. And then he created an altercation with her and saved Ashley, only for Ashley to come back this season, lying, talking about you was trying to holler at Riff Raff. And he ain't learned nothing. And then I'm going to tell you something else that I didn't like. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did that to make her look bad, and that's why she only played part of the live. She did it to be nasty. If you was on the toilet taking a crap, that means you had time to hear everything she said. She ain't even her own friend. Not the way she dressed or act. Hey, Susan Bibbs, what up? There go my essence. Hey, Bookie Boo. So this the thing. Oh, you need to make, just make up with her. You hold a grudge. It's all on you. You hold a grudge. Okay? Right. The DT say, and that's why I call him Christina Bassett. Thank you very much. But then when it came down to you, somebody lied on you. Candice gonna win all the way in, ain't talking to them and everything else on your behalf. But when somebody do something to her, these pale folks, that is, you need her to hurry up and make up and let it go. I didn't hear you holler, hurry up and make up and let it go when it was her and Monique. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Hey, Dana, let me know if I'm wrong. You say Chris go cook, child. Some of that stuff I seen him cooking on the empty net, I'm going to need him to quit cooking. Go back to doing them fish plates, them chicken dinners and stuff. Okay? And then here he is again. You hold a grudge. I didn't like it. Then she went talking about her period ain't showed up. He said it's late. Like it's late, and she all up there excited and dancing around. And he said, yeah, he was excited, but his face didn't look excited. Let me tell y'all something. Candice better watch that dust devil. Not Miss Doubtfire. He did it with Monique too. To stay friends with Big Chris. Maybe so. I got to go back and rewatch because I didn't see him, going that hard like he did for Ashley. And surely not like he did for Robert and the stuff that went on. Yeah, y'all please misspell the cuss words. I don't mind if you cuss, just spell it wrong. Say Chris want that check to show his clear self on TV. Yeah, I don't see it being a check issue. I just see it as an issue of I don't care what they do to you, but you better go up for me. Just make up with them. As long as they still like me, you make up with them. Yeah, he had the screw face when she said that she was late, that her period was late. It was a comma. When she said her period was a comma, he had a whole face on. You say Robert and neck bone ankles were two vindictive women. They are. I done told y'all. I done told you. Delightful, what you say? He looked nervous when she said she was late. He looked like he had indigestion. Hey, yeah, what's up? Say Chris can't afford the 3 kids he already got. I mean, that's all well and good. Then you might want to keep your little pecker in your zipper. If you can't pay for the children you're making, quit making them. Rob came to the meeting with Candice looking like Beatles. Don't you say her name 2 more times. She can't show up over here. He wanted to be friends with the vampire from the underworld, Michael. Right. And Michael looked at him as clear trash because he told him so. Yeah, he had a look of uncertainty. He did not look excited. All of that. I know that's right. Yeah, he didn't look happy at all, y'all. He ain't look happy. I'm just saying, but he making them churn. Ain't nobody forcing him. Ain't nobody stole no ding-a-ling from that man. Yes, he's definitely an opportunist. Definitely. I'm telling y'all, that's the only thing I blame Dorothy for. Dorothy should have never let this happen. Robert is a whole snake. Like Candice need to stop trying with her. It's pointless. Sure do. Lord, boil plain cow's feet. No seasoning? No seasoning? So listen, past that, but I had to bring that up because I didn't like that look on his face. I didn't like it. Y'all know I don't do Chris like that. So then Karen is over there at her house and her former assistant Matt shows up. She in her creative dress, so she say just a shirt dress with her behind out. Says she know the little boy since he was 17. I'm trying to figure out how you knew him since 17. Why were you working with a 17-year-old? Why was you comfortable? You got everything? You got the Madola? Okay. Did they bring you snacks? Okay. My bad, y'all. But and then he went to I guess the producers asked her, well, how did you come up with the idea for the live show? See, this is what lets me know production was trying to turn the tide because they two dirty little weasels was looking real bad. And they do girl Mia. So see, production got 2 weasels, Robert and Rings, and Mia and Sharice is the do girls. So all that whole crew was looking raggedy. So they tried to flip it back. So you got production up there talking about where you get the idea for a live show, and then gonna try to make it like she got the idea from Robert and Rings, which is bull. So Karen say, her friendship with Wendy Williams kind of sparked her interest in that. Production definitely tried to give Robin and Rings credit. And then they went going through ideas or whatever. And she actually brought up to the young man, like, hey, sometimes we end up doing stuff that's similar. And I like that he pointed out, ma'am, they got a podcast. That's not the same as you. Even if they do it live, they still doing a podcast. It's not the same thing. It sounded to me more like Karen is doing like a variety show, or maybe not a variety show, but like it's an experience. She's doing like a whole like improv type situation is what it sounds like to me. Everything from Q&A to drag performances, wardrobe changes, talking about a pride kickoff. I'm trying to figure out how is that the Grand Dame experience? You ain't never been, to my understanding, I've never known her to be out there, as Gabor would say, with the girls. I've never known you to be at no pride parades and doing all this and that. Nene be out there like that, but I ain't never known Karen to be out there like that. And I just feel like I don't want to think that you're trying to, everybody wants to be successful, and now I would hope so, right? But I would hate to think that Karen is planning to make up her live, Grand Dame experience successful by exploiting support from the LGBTQ, community, because people do that all the time. Say they only together for convenience. Probably so. Don D said it sound like close to what Candy be doing. I didn't know Candy was doing it. But this is what I'm gonna get at right here, real quick. Southern Charm, hey boo, say they just skipped all past the drama from last episode. Yes, they want us to forget that and focus on something else. My foot remains on the neck. Okay? Southern Charm say they just skipped all over it. That's right. Ain't no resolutions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, that's what they do a lot of. And I'm like, that's not cute. If you an ally, be an ally. But don't just be, a convenient ally when you trying to make coins. That's not cute. Don't do it to black people. Don't do it to gay people. Don't do it to Asian people. Don't do it to nobody. Either you down 100% all the time or you not. And please stop it. I know that's right, Mac. I'm glad you watched it and you here now because we need your point of view. Yeah, I ain't never heard us say nothing about that time. We got to have a drag performance since when? Yes, Andrew Barber, gay pandering is a real thing, and I peep game. Like, you're not finna run that past me, ma'am. I might like you, okay, or whatever, but I see it. So it's supposed to be like the T.S. Madison experience. But here's the thing. It's been done before. Didn't Phyllis Diller do it? Cara Burnett had her own thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not new. T.S. Madison wasn't even the originator. Like, that's been going on, and Star's been doing that for a long time. Like, once they have had they run on television, you know, doing shows and stuff like that, they end up doing these kind of like variety show situations like The Experience. You know what I'm saying? They do it out there in Vegas, and they do it different places. Like, it's not new. It's not new. And then the other thing that I wanted to bring up, y'all, yes, the stylist does need to be prosecuted. Okay? For Robert, that is. Right, that's the difference. Nene has always been 100% down. Always from day one. From day one. Okay? It wasn't too much of a fill-up for me, Bella, because they was getting on my nerves, and it was brand new getting on my nerves. Yes, Flip Wilson and Geraldine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. So this is my other thing, right? We're in a situation where everybody's doing something live. Everybody's doing something live. Scripted is no longer in. Reality TV was the end of the scripted for the most part. Every now and then you get a scripted show that'll come through and really get attention and is groundbreaking. But for the most part, reality TV ended things that are scripted. So it's a lot of stuff going live. But I'm pretty sure with production giving them the tip off, they're going to try to say, oh, Karen copying us. Like, child, please stop it. You copied somebody else. So it's whatever, but I had to mention it. They had the little cute moment with Eddie and Wendy in the car. She's saying Chicago instead of Chicago. I'm glad Eddie pointed it out and was like, girl, you ain't no gangster. Ease up. She was the keynote speaker over there at the school for whatever she said. Some long title that I don't know nothing about, but shout out to her. Yeah, Vicki Lawrence, Katrina. Andrew Mack say, what is the Karen Huger experience exactly? She ain't funny, don't sing, nor act at all. At all. But that's what she said. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nene always been where she at. You know what I mean? She didn't pander. And that's what I like genuine support. A genuine ally is a lot better than somebody pandering. Like, to me, that's disrespectful. I don't like when anybody does it. Yeah, Eddie told her to sit down. You ain't no gangster, okay? And I was glad that he kind of, got her, but it was cute. Not in a bad way. It was just cute. I was glad he kind of got her with that. So she got a kidney stone appointment. Miss Thing says she don't even know when she going to have time to get it done, but she do want to get it done because she tired of hurting. And Eddie was kind of telling her, like, girl, you need to prioritize your health, and Eddie ain't told no lie, okay? Then we get to the Robyn and Candice situation because this is where we really got to talk. We got to straighten this out. So Robyn starts off crying. And I'm thinking she finna tell me one of her kin people dead. Maybe her hairdresser was dead. That still wouldn't explain why she looked like that, because she been looking like that the whole time. Okay? Oh, it happens with black folks all the time. People love to pander to us. It happens every 4 years when there's an election. They come sliding to black churches, clapping off beat, messing up the choir and the choir director, eating chicken and collars and trying to do the wobble and electric slide to get black votes. They do it all the time. And so what I feel like maybe going on here might be something real similar as it pertains to the LGBTQ. I'm just saying. Definitely seemed like a very good couple. All right. Yeah, they do it for optics and praise. It's virtue signaling, a lot of it. Yeah, I didn't fall for it. I ain't never fell for it. I don't like people with the fake accolades, the fake praise, the kissing up, because that usually means you hate my guts and you think I'm dumb. Yeah, a kidney stone is no joke. It's no joke. So she just starts crying or whatever, and Candice was like, are you all right with the people or whatever like that? So I'm like, y'all talked about it already. So it was brought back up. Why? Probably because production told her to make sure you ask her about that on camera so she can talk about it. Your hairstylist, brother and sister-in-law. Girl, your hairstylist, brother and sister-in-law. First of all, let me just speak on it. You and your hairstylist ain't that close if she send you out the door looking like you looking. That's one. And even if you know her brother, and the woman that her brother married, you ain't that close to them people that you sitting up crying like that. You not their family, girl. This wasn't nothing but looking for sympathy. Sympathy. Yes, just Jules JG and telling us they got hot sauce in their bag and wonder why a lot of us said I'd rather not vote. Girl, don't y'all get me started. Y'all know I don't like people playing in our face. And I feel like people shouldn't do that to other groups either. Don't play in nobody's face. All right? But yeah, start that fake crying and stuff. And then life's too short. Yeah, squash the stupid drama, is what she said in the professional. While she up there looking like that, looking like a big Becky Sue linebacker. I still don't know who shower curtain she put on, but I want her to take it off. I want her to take it off. There you go. She wanted sympathy and payola. You be killing me with that sympathy and payola. High Vibe say that was a diversion. Robyn is a Karen. Them was Karen tears. They sure was. They sure was. They trying to make Robert come across soft. She been too hard. Even them tears sounded buffed. Girl, listen, I be digging deep as I can to get my voice to do that. That's what I thought she was finna say, Trina. Because, you know, we all got relationships with our hairdresser. My hairdresser all the way in Ocala, Florida. Shout out to Ron McFarland. That's my dog. If something happened to Ron right now and I got to hop on a plane and get there, I'm going to get there. But God darn it, if Ron's sister's husband, something happened, like I don't know them like that. I think I met them one time at a cookout, but I ain't finna start crying. Get the hell out of here. You can't soften that. They have to put that heifer in a rock tumbler. Ain't no way to soften that. Thank you. Yeah, that rainbow shower curtain, she got it had it tied across the bosom, to cross that flat looking bosom. I was like, oh no. Look like she put that whole outfit together with safety pins and knots. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Say shower curtain dress looking like my granny's bathroom from the 1980s. Yes. I ain't seen down either. I ain't seen one. Not one. But anyway, then she talking about I consider Candice like a little sister, and Candice talking about I just didn't understand why you didn't come to me and talk to me about it. And you know, Robert Dixon still never explained why you felt the need to put your 5 and below speaker on the table with your possibly unwashed hands and play part of a live and not play the whole thing to paint a picture. Because that's what she did. She played part of that live to paint a specific picture about that girl. And she talking about next time I'll be more specific. She was specific. She was specific enough. And she showed up there with the black and white. I say, Lord, it's so sad that sad shirt was the nicest thing I've seen her put on all season. I'm going to give her that. So then we get to Mia, y'all. We got to get to Mia because I didn't understand Candice with that. That didn't make sense to me. Her and Wendy both let these people play them, and it's just pitiful. Hey, Sharon Fauna. It's pitiful. So Mia with her, you know, normal thing she do. Oh, me and him started doing this thing together since in 2013, and they currently got 14 offices in 4 states, and then they got 4 offices that they don't run, but they get royalties from. Okay, so I guess, you know, because they're using a name or something. I don't know how it works. Not my business. It's really not important. Okay, I wasn't mad with that so much. I really wasn't. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I was mad at. Yeah, little sister, please. Thank you. And Nisa say, wait a minute. The shower curtain dress looked like she wore it with leg warmer singing, let's get physical. I ain't studying you. One, her voice did sound buff. That heifer sound like she sound like the dude in the gym that hold up the weight bench doing supersets. Now that's what it sound like. Now she giving me Vera DeMilo. She here to pump us up. Okay. But this is the thing. This is my problem with it, right? I'm not even going there because, like, to me, I don't know. I have a problem with that, and I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna talk about what I got, the problem I got with that, and it might not be what y'all want to hear, but I gotta keep it real, okay? Right, CC. Candice is not picking the right team. She's not even picking herself. She's picking them people over herself, and that's stupid. And Wendy's doing the same thing, and it's pitiful. I hate that y'all feel like y'all have to do that, but you know it is what it is. So we got to talk about it. But first of all, unless somebody got concrete evidence as to what's what with them people's business, I'm slightly offended, if I'm gonna be honest. Yes, Supersets and not Venus, Vera DeMilo from A Living Color. Remember when Jim Carrey played that girl bodybuilder? That's what Robyn looked like to me. Okay. Yeah, wasn't nobody at the opening. She could have did that with her mouth. She ain't need no microphone, no sound system for them 7, 8 people. That wasn't necessary. She could have just hollered across the room. We know you loud. We heard you down there at bar 1. When you were still being that large, angry Hispanic gentleman. We know you got the pipes, honey. You could do it. But this is what pissed me off a little bit. It was offensive. I'm gonna tell y'all what was offensive. Was production asking, well, is it all his money or is there other people's money? And I listen, y'all, I'm gonna just say this. Hey, Sin City, I found it very insultive. I found it intrusive. I found it offensive. And I'm going to tell you why I found it offensive. Because how did you get up enough nerve? Like, where did you find the liver to be asking exactly how people are running their businesses? When Ashley was running around bragging about Michael's money, I don't remember people saying, well, when Michael opened this business, was it all his money? Did he secure investors in this? You know, why the hell are you doing that? Is that because this man is black? Like we got to try to vet every coin he got? Because let's be completely honest and intelligent here. Most rich people do not put up all their own money to run a business. That's not normally how it does. Even Elon, when he got and secured outside capital for the purchase of Twitter. That's what rich people do. Right. They was too bold and disrespectful. Now, while I do not care for that large Hispanic gentleman that you all call Miguel and sometimes Myron, what they did was way too disrespectful. And it wasn't because of the large Hispanic gentleman. Oh, no. They were disrespectful like that because they were discussing that black man's money. Just like Andy Cohen was real disrespectful trying to tell Monique, well, Chris don't play ball no more, so where the money come from? Listen, I need them to go to the nearest hell and sodomize themselves. That was so disrespectful, and to be real, I ain't like it. Yeah, they did that to Uncle Ray too, and I noticed they do that anytime it's a black man who is a businessman. Let's try to make him look defunct, poor, unaccomplished. Like let's pretend like these men wasn't making money before these women ever got on this show. They are right with a clear woman having a man that make money, but if that black man is making money, let's try to make him look bad. Like they went trying to run around $1 million in taxes, but let's be honest. If Uncle Ray owed $1 million in taxes, that means he had to make a few million to owe $1 million. Can we please tell the truth? And the people talking, you ain't made enough to owe $1 million in taxes. Yeah, to the nearest hell. Don't just go to hell. Go to the nearest one. The first hell you can find. Go straight there. And there's an issue, but I keep telling y'all, man, it's that whole network is the issue. The fact that production thought it was cute to say something, to even ask that person something that disrespectful, that was too much for me. That pissed me off. I'm just saying, I ain't got nothing to do with your poppy, but I know that Miguel and Myron is the names that's going around. Now, I can't help you with that. Andy is typical. You say he disappointed you. He's typical to me. Andrew Mack say they would never ask them Beverly Hills folks how they make their money and who invested to start this business and who invested to start that business. That's how you ended up with that man on the show that was robbing all them po folks. And now y'all want to make it a storyline about him having these victims that he done swindled this money from. Bella Faye said, I love when Monique stood up and said, Chris' investment portfolio is doing very well. She shut it all the way down. But my problem is sisters shouldn't have to do that. Didn't even do it to the convicted ones. You got Teresa Judice or Judice, however you want to say it, up there buying everything cash. And nobody still say, well, the businesses that Joe got, is it his money or is it somebody else's money? That never happened. It's the disrespect that they show to black folks that's just, it makes my skin crawl. I'm telling you, this whole episode pissed me off brand new. ST said, my mama would say, W people do not want you to have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They don't. They don't. It's not new. That's what I'm talking about. Little Tom over there. It's true. No, they didn't. Hey, Cheryl. They didn't. I'm telling you, that thing pissed me off so bad. I say, oh, y'all trying to give me high blood pressure. I done been through too much this week. Yep, y'all hit the like button. Y'all heard Tish. K. Blake say, you notice the original cast had questionable finances, but chose Potomac adjacent cast. Only Karen has remained, and their money was intimidating. They don't like that. They just do not like even the idea or even the image of black people being successful. They refuse to grill Erica Girardi right now. They let her get an attitude and move on. Right. But the fact that production themselves, they didn't even put somebody else up to it. They got, Myron in the confessional and start doing stuff that's that inappropriate. It really, I'm sorry, y'all. It pissed me off. Right. They do not want to send the message that black people, that it's even possible for black people to have wealth, unless you're wrapping a throwing and catching a ball. I'm telling you, that thing pissed me off. Well, Bella Faith, welcome, because you don't know, but welcome. You'll find out. I call them clear devils out every time they pull a stunt, because that was a stunt. That was a stunt, and it was real disrespectful, and I didn't like it. Right, Mia the boss was too ignorant to catch the insult. That's what happens when you're a dropout from the group home who slept on a Nigerian couch, who's 80% Yeti. I'm just saying. It pissed me off. It really did. I didn't like that. I'm just going to be honest. And they were talking about they had a bad deal or whatever. And, we already had talked to lawyers. I don't want to talk about that. But I really wish she'd have been smart enough to check them. But we know, no shock there. But I didn't like it. Then production, after production did that, we saw Carolyn Jacqueline showed up. Her mama wasn't there. Karen asked where mama was. She got ready to do some fake emotional stuff, and Karen was like, no, this your day. I'm sorry I asked. Like, girl, you probably didn't even invite your mama. You said something nasty to her, and she said she wasn't coming. Because I don't like how she treat her mama. That's why I say, it is what it is. I don't like that large Hispanic gentleman, but I didn't like what they did. That was nasty. That was nasty. I didn't care for it. So anyway, we get to Ashley over at her kin people house. We got to talk about this too, y'all. Because this scene bothered me. That's why I say they had brand new piss me off stuff this scene. Ashley over there playing in her kin people face. First thing they did was offer her corona. I don't know if y'all caught that. Okay. Well, the dropout from the group home. I'm just saying. Wait. CC coming through with platinum hits. You see how Gizzard, Neck, and Robert wasn't there for Mia? Mia don't realize she being used. Too dumb. That's what happens. That's what happens with a couch surfer. They don't even realize when people using them. As long as somebody, play with them in their face, they feel like they got a friend. Okay? But listen, so Ashley over there with her uncle, the same uncle that was immediately excited, get a lawyer. Went to go see him and his wife, okay? And I ain't even gonna get into that dynamic. Because I said, ooh, child, baby, listen, when I say the eugenics is real, some of y'all understand, and if you do, just say amen, and I'm going to leave it at that. So she went to telling them, when they say, where the other baby at? Oh, Michael kept Dean. He wanted to keep Dean, and I was going to just take him and say, you can spend time with him when I get back. And he said he started yelling. It was a yelling match, and the baby don't like when we yell and blah, blah, blah. First of all, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Ashley. Okay, so some people understand what I'm talking about. Some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. Okay? Esther say, what that mean? I have to tell you another time because I ain't finna get into that right now. But I say, ooh, child. Yeah, that corona. She came and got that corona. But this is the thing. So the first thing out the auntie mouth, well, before we get into that, number one, if it's real that he just wanted to keep one child and you could take the baby, it sounds like to me he might have been taking that baby to a DNA clinic to make sure it's really his. Okay, that could have happened. Even if the divorce is fake, maybe he just want to make sure them kids actually his. I believe they are. Ain't no other way for them not to be his. I'm just saying, we seen the children. Y'all know I don't talk about people kids. So all I'm gonna say is we seen them children, and ain't no way for them children to look like that unless they're yours. Unless she got another centenarian that she's sleeping with. I'm just saying. But the auntie, first thing out of her mouth, oh yeah, you gotta separate. You got to separate. And I'm sitting there like, okay, and I noticed. Now tell me this. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all noticed that her uncle, who was so vocal, was being quiet and the wife was doing all the talking. Did y'all notice that? The uncle always got so much to say. He was the one telling Mike about how he hurt the whole family, XYZ, boop, boop, boop. Now, all of a sudden, you even the one telling her, you got to get a lawyer. What you thinking? Now, all of a sudden, you quiet and the wife doing all the talking. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all peep that. Please, because I got an opinion about it. Oh, I see the ones. Doris says she don't want that Yeti to be Hispanic. But her daddy, I seen her daddy. Okay. Jenna say, I was like, who this woman? There go my Snow White. Hey, boo. Hey, PBH. Say, because Ashley told him what's up. That ain't what I got from it, PBH. See, listen. Y'all know y'all sis is an experienced gossiper, plotter. Baby, I can read the writing on the wall. Right, Andrew Mack? Like, why you so chirpy? Chirp, chirp, chirp. Yeah, Uncle Lump and that wife want to check, but it's a reason why she was talking and he wasn't talking. I want to see if anybody saw what I saw. Hey, T-Bell. What up, Maestro? Listen, now I'm going to tell y'all. Glennis, you was wondering why Unc was being quiet. Oh, this ain't got nothing to do with him wanting to get in no women's talk. That ain't what this was. Listen, y'all, boy, I can tell y'all still young. Y'all don't know how to get to the nitty and the gritty and read between the lines. Oh, y'all got to learn how to suss out a plot. How do I want to put it? How to discern and identify a plot early. Oh, he ain't feeling her, but that ain't what it is. Let me tell y'all what it is. Because, see, listen, sis can see. Auntie can see what's going on. Let me tell y'all what's going on. Y'all want me to tell you? Hey, Sheila. Let me tell y'all what's really going on, what the real is. There you go, Niecy. Listen, that's why Niecy Rose is my girl. That is why the beautiful and gorgeous Niecy Rose is my girl. They had a conversation beforehand. Now, that's what the hell went on. And he told her, now I done talked to her. I don't want to say too much because it's going to look like I'm trying to push her to do one thing or the other. So see, what I need you to do when we get out here with her, I want you to, kind of come at her from a different angle. And that way you could talk to her woman to woman. See, he trying to push. He don't even realize the divorce ain't real. These people showing their true colors. They done sat down and had a whole private meeting about his niece and her rich soon-to-be ex-husband, or so he thinks. And that, my darlings, is why the auntie came out there 100 miles an hour, being all extra and running over, hugging her, patting on the back. Oh, yes. Now you got it, Shanika. He was using her to try to manipulate Ashley to get this lawyer. Let's go for the juggler. Now we need this money. If she get that money, she can help us pay this house off. Yeah, they had a meeting. Oh, yes. They had a meeting, y'all. This was dirty. This was some dirty business. I hope Ashley knows she can't trust nobody. And I hope they know Michael sitting back watching this stuff to tell her, now, that we done pull this plot off. I don't want to see Giselle at my house. I don't want to see Candice at my house. I don't want to see Robyn at my house. Keep your mammy and your uncle from my house. That man can sit back and see all of it. Them people they money hungry and they bloodthirsty. Yep, Uncle Lump is just like Ashley mama. They was all using Ashley for the come up. But you know what? You got to be a low down, dirty, I mean, a crap digging, you know what, to use your niece or your daughter's pocketbook for your come up. You go lay up with this half dead man so we can all live on Easy Street. Hey, MJ, what's up, baby? Yeah, the mama probably was in the meeting. They probably had her on speaker while they was talking, and they all met up at one house. Trina Taylor say that whole family looks weird from the grown-ups to the funny-looking children. Baby, that's eugenics. That's all I'm going to say. Them eugenics is a son of a gun. Baby, there is some strange-looking folks, honey. When trying to wash the black off goes bad. Say, well, little do they know, forehead ain't getting shiggity. Forehead ain't leaving. And y'all kill me dreaming about what y'all want to happen. If y'all think for 1 minute, if that man divorced her, she's not going to get some money, then y'all crazier than she look. Yeah, a bunch of grifters. Oh, I expected them to, to be probably happy to cash a check. Hey, was you able to get that die out? But it still ain't right. But what about your pink top? It's done. It looked right. Well, we'll see. If one of y'all know how to get dye out of clothes, like put it in the chat. Esther say, do you see how her mama do? She had him paying for a grown man. I'm telling you, they trifling. They trifling. How you do that to your own niece or daughter? Like, that's low down and dirty, y'all. Don D says she's scared to be alone. She realized before Mr. Burns, she was always alone under the bridge with her mama. Y'all so crazy. Her and Mr. Burns, her and Montgomery Burns is not breaking up. Y'all have nothing to worry about, okay? But then she's sitting up there, I'm scared, and start trying to do this fake cry. And she's like, you got us. You got your whole family. I'm like, oh, you really trying to sell it? You really trying to sell it, funny looking auntie? You really trying to sell it? Hey, Keisha E. You say try using peroxide? Okay, thank you. Some RHOP color remover? Okay, thank you, ladies. I appreciate y'all. Emmy, your auntie them said we could try some RHOP color remover. It might work. Okay. She said thank you, y'all. So listen. Oh, and hairspray. Okay. Well, what happened, Dora? It was a pair of over-dyed blue jeans. And she didn't know, don't put them in the dryer together. And the dye that was still coming out of the blue jeans got on the pinks and the whites. And now they look like a mess. Okay. So anyway, anywho, what I got from that scene before I switched to the next one was that Ashley did all that squinting and auntie hugging on her. Oh, you got us. You got the whole family. And, I didn't see one tear fall out of Ashley's eye, and I hate to be that girl, but I didn't see one tear. I didn't see one tear. I'm just saying. Not one. I didn't see one. Where did she force it from? It must have dripped from her anus because it didn't come out her eye. Now, if one fell, it must have come from another orifice, because it clearly did not seep from her lacrimal gland at all. Lel said, I couldn't take the crying seriously. That vein coming out of that large globe of head. Yeah, that vein was up there screaming and didn't push out nothing, unless it came out in her drawers. I'm telling you, not one. You ain't seen nothing but forehead veins. Okay, I thought so. It was popping. It was popping. Yep, trying to get in that reflection corner. Matter of fact, go and take you 30 seconds. You need a hot 30. Nothing came out. Nothing came out. Mona Me say neither did the cameraman. That's why he zoomed in twice. Thank you. She tried hard. I'm sitting there like, you couldn't pluck a nose hair or something. Think about your dog that died when you was a little kid. She shouldn't have put the dark jeans in there with the light colors, period. But yeah, definitely saw to keep it from bleeding. But kids do stuff like that, child. You say it was tumbleweeds on her face, no tears in sight. Quiet Storm say I had that happen to some of my daughter's clothes. Keep soaking them in bleach water and Dawn Platinum. Run and pour the bleach. It took about 45 minutes soaks, but everything finally got straight. Okay. Oh, shoot. The head sniper in the building. That 100-watt forehead. For sure. For sure. Yeah, she didn't even sneak some Visine in her eye when the camera wasn't looking nothing. Thank you. When they zoomed in and we didn't see nothing, face wasn't even red, nose wasn't red, nothing. But I just wanted to point that out because I'm like, girl, y'all did a lot of fake crying this whole episode, and I ain't seen till the first. Not till the first. It was just pitiful. It was. Then we get Candice picking up Dorothy. Dot got there. She telling her mama period was late. Mama's like, oh, okay. She said, all right, you got to stop all that cussing. You got a baby in the house. This dummy think, no, it's cool to keep cussing. They can hear cussing. They ain't going to do it. During them formative years, if you cussing around them children going to cuss. And then you're going to be, and mind you, you might think it's cute at first when your baby cussing, but you ain't going to think it's cute when them people calling you from the school because your baby in them classrooms cussing. Okay? So that was a cute little scene. She talking about they done had ups and downs, and they showed all them scenes where Dorothy used to gather her together. That's when I first fell in love with Miss Dorothy. I love Miss Dorothy. So then we get to Giselle in this, blurb about the birthday or whatever for the children. And we seen J Mall. It was the children's 16th birthday. And y'all, did Giselle have on gold lame? Did she have on gold lame? Because I'm sitting there like, Lord, have mercy, God, is this 1981? Is this 82? Is this 83? Why did she have on a gold lame outfit like she one of the solid gold dancers? Why is this happening? Hell, them children didn't tell her don't be there, but they should have told her if she was going to put on the gold lame. J-Mal show up. She let us know the children was both 8 pounds when they came out. That's a lot of baby. That's a heap of baby. But thank God they was healthy. They still beautiful girls. She talking about no matter what happened, J-Mal is present and accounted for. Child, we don't know, and you don't either. Robert shows up with a stiff weave. Sharif shows up with a stiff wig. They gave, some little corny, decent little speeches or whatever. And then I caught something that really caught my attention. I heard it when Giselle was saying she wasn't as confident as her children. And, it lets her know that people can be positive. Why I gotta go to the corner because she had on gold lame? I didn't tell that hooker to buy gold lame. You ain't sending me to the corner because she had on gold lame. Yes, get in the corner. You supposed to automatically be in the corner. People like you and Lala, y'all come in and just sit in the corner. Just sit there. Don't even come out. I thought J-Mal said he was never going back to the show. Child, he also said he promised to forsake all others in his wedding vows. We know he don't mind lying. You caught that? And the fact that, that lets her know that it's possible somebody to want other people, they want to see everybody win. So basically, your children came out better than you is what you're saying. You wouldn't be surprised that your children are positive and confident and strong and want to see everybody do good and want to see everybody win if you were the same way. When your children come out like that, what you say is, I'm so proud that my babies at least picked that up from their mama. They make me happy. They make me proud that maybe I gave them something they could keep with them. Right. Even says, yeah, she knows she a negative, unhappy person, but she happy her kids not. Right. Yep. Sharice came in there with the biblical artifact. She did. But I ain't going to clown the wig. I told y'all me and the wig made up. Now I ain't going to do the wig like that no more. Never again. Ooh, DT. That's why you live in the corner. High Vibe say, listen, J-Mal is not a cannabis pastor. He has no boundaries. Well, he ain't there yet, but he sure say he trying to talk to church people into selling reefer at the church. Y'all caught what she said? I say that's a lot. What you mean 8 pounds? That's not big. If you got 2 8-pound babies in your gut, that's big. And if you had 2 9-pound babies, then that's bigger. But we not finna pretend like toting 2 8-pound babies ain't big. I told it one that was about 10. And my bladder ain't been the same since. We ain't finna start that. These children darn near done killed us. And you up here trying to minimize. Hell, I'm surprised she survived. I looked at her completely different. Only advice I got for her at this point is hide that side meat. Hide the side meat. You earned your side meat, but just hide it. Don't show nobody. Yeah, I caught how J Maul was pushing that heifer out his way. I hope she did, but I'm glad she didn't walk in the door and announce it to nobody. LEL, you crazy. Dr. J say, see, I'm staying in the corner. I'm just reading and holding my stomach. Sis is on a run. Listen. Yeah, she said both of them was 8 pounds. Yes, K. Blake, that biblical artifact. See, you wasn't here when we was talking about all the places that wig has been. That wig done been a lot of places. That wig done been around the world. Yeah, 16 pounds is heavy. That's a lot. I would have evicted them kids. They'd have had to get up. I promise they'd have had to get the hell up out of there. 2 churn at the same time, 8 pounds. Man, come on, man. Mona Me said that was sad to me. It confirmed that Giz think everybody's out to get her and is jealous. And she knows she out to get everybody and she jealous. Hey, Red Majestic Diva. Nano says, Seanitra, I was listening to your live 2 days ago, and the way you guys was reading that wig got me. Them people here at home was giving me the side eye and everything. Pure comedy. Listen, I appreciate you, but I made up with the wig. Me and the wig is on it. We in a good place right now. So I'm not going, start. I'm not going to start no beef with the wig. Oh, she was on bed rest, sitting up there toting grown people in her stomach. Had to be a C-section. Had to. If it wasn't a C-section, she would still right now be walking like John Wayne. We would have to call that hooker the Duke. Ain't no way in the hell. That's too much. But anyway, y'all, so that happened. That was a cute little moment, but wasn't all that. But it was a cute little moment, Yeah, at 16 pounds, you evicted. Straight up. I don't care if you ain't through cooking. Get the goddamn incubator. They got to get the hell up out of him. So then you get to Candice's party. This is where the rest of I would say the rest of the things went down. So they at Candice's party. Miss Dorothy crazy. That's why I say I like her. I like her. Because she saw that snake. She said, I thought you said Giselle wasn't coming. Then the sister and the friend showed up. Karen and Ray show up, Then Candice was in the confessional talking about Dot. I guess they wanted to ask, since we finally seen Dot back on the show, did she ever apologize to Chris? And she said, hey, the way she gave what she called an apology, and that's just gonna have to be enough. And guess what? I'm okay with that, because guess what? It is going to have to be enough. It is going to have to be enough, because that's still her mama, and she talking about he want peace, so he want peace, but he know ain't nothing he can do. He know it ain't nothing he can do. He ain't got no choice but to make peace. He ain't got enough bread to say, oh, well, I'm taking over everything that you ever need for the rest of your life, and you ain't never got to speak to her no more. He can't never say that. Plus, she would be stupid as hell anyway to turn her back on her mama for this dust devil. That would be the dumbest thing she could do in her life, would be to pull that stunt. Okay? And so, anyway, Robert arrives. Sharice came with her child. And let me say this. Sharice's baby is cute. Sharice's daughter, what's her name, y'all? Was it Crystal? I couldn't see what the baby name was, but she was real cute. She was real cute. Wendy came in talking about, what's up, 2 degrees? She said she here for all the degrees. She played around with that. That was a cute moment. I like that she's able to own some of those moments that were kind of cringy in the beginning and made them a little funny, from the 4 degrees to the slither. And I don't know if y'all seen it, but you can buy your slither t-shirts. Okay. You can buy the slither. Wendy Osefo is selling slither t-shirts and 4 degree caps. Okay. What's the baby name? Evolution. Skylar. That's her name. That is what I saw. But yeah, she's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. I told y'all God is good. Sharice might look like she looked, but the Lord said, I'm going to have mercy on you. From Jesus. She got her looks from Jesus. Plus, sometime when 2 ugly people get together, they get cute kids. You ain't learned that in algebra, 2 negatives equal a positive all the time. Y'all don't remember that? I know y'all passed algebra. You got time to be up in this live. I know you passed algebra. So you know 2 negatives equal a positive. Max say, was that the daughter who's friends with the Obama girls? I don't know. But I know she's a pretty little girl. She's very adorable. Very, very cute. And I like that. Candice say she took the test and she ain't pregnant. Back to the egg retrieval line, Karen. Karen want to know when the wedding is. Okay, so y'all remember y'all algebra. I'm gonna take them laughing emojis that y'all remember algebra. Okay. Again, 2 negatives always equal a positive. Okay. Y'all passed. You passed. I know you graduated. I know we ain't got no dropouts up in here. So y'all know the rules. Y'all know the rules. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, so Robyn get the fan and she's so hot. She fan and Ray talking about, she hot now. And she gonna have a small ceremony with 4 people. Karen say, so we ain't invited. No. So Karen say, now you gonna have the private ceremony. She was like, girl, if y'all just wanna bump uglies every now and then, do what you gonna do, then just say that, or just say it ain't none of our business. She said, but you making it our business up here telling these lies, and I'm with Karen on that. If y'all ain't getting married, you know what it is. Just keep it real. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna behave next week. Hold me to it. Yeah, the wedding is never wearing the 32nd. There you go. 2 negatives can equal a positive. See, it happens all the time. I went to school with some real pretty people, and both of their parents looked like they posed for animal crackers, but they came out real good looking. Yeah, ain't no wedding. Karen was shady as hell asking her about that wedding. Right, and hopefully God will bless her not to have no baby with no man that's going to get that child the spirit of poverty. Rob will never have a wedding. Not with that man she won't. Now, she might find somebody else that like him rough and tough, and then she can have one. But I don't think it's going to be with this man. It just don't look like it's going to work. So then we get the Robyn and Wendy moment after Karen left, right? And we got to talk about this, because once I could see it a little more in depth, now I got a different problem with it. I got a different problem than I had originally. The first problem that I had originally was, Wendy, you don't need to do this. There's no need to do this. And I still feel that way, but now I feel some other stuff. Okay? Yeah, she definitely did use Carnival 19 as an excuse. Now it's a real small, intimate wedding with no guests. Hell, if that's all y'all was going to do, you could have did that through the carnival. Yeah, just keep it real, Robert. Mimi say, well, that didn't happen with Ice-T and Coco, child. Well, I ain't seen Coco's original face. I don't know what the hell Coco looked like. Right now, to me, Coco looked like she finna rob a bank. I don't know what the hell she looked like. And then plus, you got to make sure, let me give y'all the math on this, okay? Because I don't want nobody to get confused. You got to make sure that you and your spouse got the same ugly number. He can't be a number 9 and you a number 4. Y'all got to have the same ugly number for it to work. Because if somebody else's ugly number is overpowering your ugly number, the baby ain't going to survive. Hell, if they ugly number overpower your ugly number too much, you just became pretty. So you got to be careful. Make sure y'all ugly number match, okay? That's science. Yeah, we tired of that fake relationship. We tired of it. What you say, Nico? Say, sis, you're going to have to put yourself in the corner after this. Like, I got to go to the corner too? Mimi, don't talk about the churn now. Don't do the churn. That is not her fault. Her mama supposed to check her daddy ugly number, and she forgot to. Yeah, you need ugly compatibility. Ugly compatibility matters. It does. Make sure that they ugly do not overpower your ugly. Don't do that. It ain't going to come out right. I'm just telling you. You ain't got to listen to me. When your child, by the time they get to 2nd grade, they saying, all my life I had to fight. Then blame yourself, because you did it. So she sits there. This is where it just got me. Robert Dixon sat there and said, I want to know why it was okay for you to have that conversation talking about the drunk night at the club. You want her to explain why she was nice to you while she was drunk at the club. Talking about why it was okay to have that conversation one-on-one and not in front of the group. I said, hold it right there, hooker. Hold it, hooker. Hold on, Hattie. Hold on. So what that said to me, y'all, is that Robert Dixon said it's not okay that you just kiss my butt. You got to kiss my butt in front of an audience. I need you to kiss my behind in front of the crowd. You got to bow down in front of the crowd. Yes, the leader, ugly compatibility matters. It does. Okay, Katrina, you proving my point. I ain't saying nothing about them children, but you proving my point. Don't be crying in the car. Make sure you see where you're going. Don't hit nothing. Oh no, Shanika, now let me tell you, that's a lie from the pits of hell. Every ugly person know they ugly. Don't let them people fool you. That's if it's one thing an ugly person knows is that they ugly. That's why they mean as hell and be around here attacking people like rabid wolverines. They know they ugly. They might not never tell you that they know they ugly, but they know. My daughter right now got a problem at school because it's some ugly children that know they ugly. And their mammies didn't help them. Their mama forgot to check their daddy ugly number and the rest was history. I'm not going to say I have zero respect for her. I'm not going to go there. You might not, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying, I want you to kiss my behind in public. That's what I heard when Robert Dixon said that. Who the hell do you think you are? Right, Nisa Spusha got it right though. Spusha did it right for her kids. She got it right for her children. She did. Go Spusha. Go girl. But anyway, Wendy up there explaining herself, well, I had liquid courage, so I want to tell you how I really felt, and like I wasn't happy about how things was and how the relationship went. Hey, Angie McIntosh. Hey, J.I., what you doing, homie? What you say? Robyn came to that event dressed like she about to do laundry. Does she know she on TV? I don't think nobody told her. Wendy up there looking like she dressed for the Lord. And Robert looked like she just don't care what she put on ever. She don't care how she look. She don't care about nothing. She just there. She just there. Poor thing. And then, and see, it's like, it's just different. I just didn't understand. She's up there feigning confusion, I just didn't understand like that. I couldn't understand yet. I couldn't understand yet. Like, you understood it just fine. You just wanted her to kiss your behind in public. Who the hell are you? You don't even wash your behind. How dare you ask somebody to kiss it? Tramp. Max say, seriously, like, what the F was she wearing? I don't know, baby. Listen. I am not in charge of the tablecloths, shower curtains, aisle runners, car covers that Robert Dixon put on. She didn't even ask me because I would have told her don't put it on. Roberto can't afford nothing but the house, but it gets in foreclosure. She can buy some clothes. That's not true because you can buy cheap clothes and make them look nice. It's called coordinating your separates. You ain't got to be rich to dress nice. You do not. Child, I thought I saw biker shorts. I was like, maybe it's, Oak Town 357, get loose. Straight up SpongeBob. I'm ready. Well, maybe she was too. But then after she explained herself, then she was like, she valued the relationship, asked for an apology. And clearly, if you had to ask for an apology, then it's not an apology. Can we be real honest? If you had to ask for an apology, then it was not an apology. That just didn't make no sense. And then she gave her the apology up there clapping and squealing like a mammy. I said, Lord have mercy. But it was just too much. The fact that, she said, well, I already apologized one time. And she said, well, can you apologize again? And so I'm sitting there and I said, okay, cool, if that's what you're going to do. But y'all, how did she want Wendy to kiss her behind in public, but she wanted to make sure that any apology she gave Wendy was off the camera? Y'all peep that? I'm going to apologize to you off the camera, but I need you to kiss my behind in front of the whole group and on camera. Never mind the fact when she went over there talking to Rings, she didn't tell Rings she apologized to Wendy. Did y'all catch that? Apparently, when they was talking, because Wendy confirmed it, she said, yeah, but can you do it again? See, the word again gives the connotation that it did happen at a prior moment. So when it happened, it was off camera. But when Robert went to sit down with Rings, Robert did not tell Rings that she apologized to Wendy. What she did with Rings was try to clown Wendy. Okay? I know that's right, baby. I wouldn't either. She did too much, but you heard what she said, Nisa. She valued that relationship. Girl, if you don't stop being a pick Misha, what was so valuable in that relationship? What the hell could this woman offer to your life? Except nothing. She couldn't offer nothing to her own goddamn life. She got children that's out of control and don't respect her. You got a man around there that got a whole nother woman, and he got to pretend to like you for a camera, and everybody know he don't stay there. She's selling gas station hats and doing the poop and pass gas podcast with Rings. Now, what the hell does she have to offer to your life? So I caught that. The way the story was retold was another misrepresentation of the truth. But Wendy is smart. She made her apologize on camera. Yeah, she made her repeat it on camera. I don't think she meant it now time, but it just goes to show how full of crap this dude is. Way too much. Then Candice went to Karen. She apologized, said I was messy and drunk. And production played Ashley a little bit because they went back to show that Ashley is the one who actually brought Karen up, and Candice was dumb enough to indulge in it. But she apologized, and she said she really didn't remember she said it, but she did go back and apologize for saying it, and I'm gonna give her credit for that. So she still ain't fooling with Ashley and make her feel bad. Everybody ain't still getting along. Blah, blah, smackety. My only concern with that conversation was at least you were decent enough to go and apologize for what you did that was wrong, which is very, very important. Say no, but Rings will see now that messy AF Rob will be caught in the lies. Now, it don't matter if Rings see it. Rings ain't going to do nothing. You was trying to find something else in there? What did you find? Pull them in, put them down where we can see them. Just start bringing them, and we'll go through them. Mona Me say, yeah, Wendy let me down after taking up for her. So she ain't let me down because my thing is I wasn't so much taking up for Wendy, but pointing out the facts. I keep telling y'all we have to get to a point where we can just focus on the facts and not make it about the person. And not make it personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can talk about her accolades, who she is, what she actually represents, and why these women have an issue with her without me putting all my hopes, dreams, and aspirations on Wendy Osefo. I could never. Not a lady who walked in the door kissing people's behinds. I could never put all my hopes and dreams on her. You can't disappoint me when I don't expect a whole bunch from you. You just can't. But then we get to Chris and Ray. So Uncle Ray over there trying to make peace, like, hey, basically, can you help this girl clean up her face? Because right now she looked like a fool. Your wife got the upper hand. This is the way I heard it. And you know that this is making everybody uncomfortable, that your wife got the upper hand. Can you just, apologize because she misunderstood something? If she misunderstood something, what the hell would he be apologizing for? And like he said, hell, I ain't did nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing. And I like that he cleared it up even further because he said that he was trying to be the go-between between Giselle and Candice because they was going toe-to-toe at that reunion, talking about to help her understand how to communicate better with Candice because, of course, we've already seen that he valued these relationships so darn much that he'll tell darn them try to make Candice bow down and kiss these women's behinds to maintain these relationships that are worth less than nothing. And I absolutely believe what he said, and I absolutely believe that's exactly what Giselle knew that boy was doing. And she knew it because if y'all remember that reunion from that year when Minaj was there, that they were seriously, trying to gang up on Candice. Candice was, really, speaking her mind and saying what she needed to say, or whatever like that. And they talking about what's wrong. You know, that's what Giselle said. He was like, I'll tell you about it later. So the fact that he tried to be the go-between, you knew he was trying to be the go-between. And then for her to sit up there, and y'all remember how the season started where she told Robert Dixon, talking about he was talking about his wife. He wasn't talking about her. He was trying to explain to you like some of her little quirks, like, okay, this is how she sees stuff. This is how she responds to stuff. He was trying to be the go-between, and you flat out lied. Hell no. Your uncle was trying. Yes, thank you, High Vibe. That's what I call it. Ray speaking to Chris proves that Karen is and will always be on Giselle's side. Yes, even if she don't like her, Karen is still deep down Team Yellow. She might not be quite as bad, but if you really push her loyalty, she will tell you in her behavior. Her behavior will tell you her loyalties lie and will always lie with Team Yellow. Always that. Uh-huh. Oh, yes. That's right, y'all. Please like this video. So I caught that, and he was like, I'm not doing that. Bump that. And then production was asking when him and Candice was sitting there together, why won't you just apologize? Like he ain't did nothing wrong. And then, of course, Candice standing there for him 10 toes down. But every time somebody offends Candice, oh, well, don't hold a grudge. You need to get over it. You doing too much. That's why I don't like that dust devil. Karen is always showing a slip, baby. Always showing a slip. So anyway, the girl giving her speech, Chris was still mad when she was giving her speech. She had to walk out. Candice, thanking her mama for being a good example. The sneak peek comes in. Let me go on and put this StreamYard in the chat, Lord, because I know y'all probably got something to say, and I'm ready. I can take it. My heart is strong today. But apparently Giselle at this point finna get in Mia business, trying to stir up something between her and the girl, and bringing up the fact that they agreed that they said that one of them slept with the other one boyfriend, and Mia watched, and she want to know, did you ever say to them, pick me for the games with Gordon? And instead of Jacqueline saying no, she said, you got to ask Mia that, instead of just saying no. You know what I'm saying? Then that was during the Giselle interrogation. My thing is, why would Giselle feel comfortable to be interrogating anybody about their business? Just don't do it. Okay, then they showed the Reasonably Lazy live, and they up there with some strange dancing. It was real boring. So we'll see what happened next week, y'all. Keisha say, disclaimer, do not attempt to eat, drink, or curl your hair while watching Seanitra. You will experience pure, authentic laughter because the commentary resonates with your soul. Girl, you so crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this out here for a little bit. If y'all want to tell me something, I'm here for it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna catch a couple of y'all comments and see what y'all think real quick, because I had a lot to say about it. As y'all know, I had a lot to say. It was a lot on my mind. There go my Kai. I knew Kai was ready.
You get me every time. Every time I'll be like, I'm gonna take a week off, and I come here and I can't help myself.
Well, go for it, girl. What you saw?
I thought people were complaining about this episode being boring, but I can't remember the channel's name, but she's like an editor, so she reviews it, and she makes a great point of kind of like, it's supposed to be a roller coaster, and you can't have this high tension not break it. So I do think this is a good episode to come down from, because they have been doing a lot of overt and violent-ish for the last couple of weeks. So I think this episode was perfectly fine, but they still was doing foolishness.
Yeah, because that's why I said I don't think it did well as a filler episode, if this was meant to be a filler, because they gave me a bevy of brand new issues to be pissed off about.
Yes.
Like they were just dishing them out, and I feel like they were dishing them out because they were trying so hard to spin that narrative, and it's like it's not
working. Okay, I'm gonna start backwards. The Robyn and Wendy thing. Robyn's also a liar because she wants to act like Wendy's only doing this now in private. Wendy had a whole burn session where you were allowed to write down your issues and talk them out, and she was supposed to sit there, eat it, and take it and burn it. She had a whole event for this, and what you said was you're oil and water, you're fine with that, and your only real issue was that Ashley came back to you saying that trying to intimate that you were a thug. So you had your opportunity in front of the group. You were the one, and you are usually the one who acts different when you're not in front of the group versus when you are. Stop projecting onto people.
Yeah.
Because the fact is, we see Robyn was all up into that, and like I'm not that kind of person, but there are those kind of drunks that will let things go when things are happening. So for her to pretend like she didn't know what that moment was with Giselle, when I like that when he came back and said, a drunk mind sees a sober heart, whatever. And she's like, that's how I did feel. And I think there's something sinister about Robyn, because Wendy and Candice have spoke about the kind of friendship they have off this show when they're not filming with Robyn. And they do need to wake up when it comes to Robyn, because the fact is that she can flip would be an issue for me. And that's why people are so surprised that like they care so much, because Robyn puts effort into it when the cameras are not on, and then when the cameras come back on and she has her marching orders, and also inherently she is just that type of person, then she does this.
Now Tia Baller says, I like your t-shirt, Black, educated, and pretty, love it. The couple Robyn was crying over were great people, and they left 2 children behind. I knew them but didn't tear up like Robyn. That's my whole point, what you just said. A lot of people believe there's great people. I lost one of my real good partners in the last month, but I didn't come on here and do that. And it wasn't my friend's brothers and his wife. It was my actual friend, my partner. Okay. Shout out to Walter Flowers. Rest in heaven, rest in power. That was my dog, my ace boom coon, my buzzard back buddy. I let that Negro drive my truck, and I didn't let no man I was dating drive my vehicle. Okay. That's how close we were, Kai. And when my friend died, I didn't come on here and say, oh, my friend died of boo-hoo-hoo. It hurt my heart, but I kept my mouth shut. That's what normal people do.
They're not going to do that.
But I'm just saying, it was what the baby said, sympathy and payola.
Yeah, that's what exactly, because it was. And that's where I try to look at people again from the lens of balancing who's the real person. And honestly, everyone, no matter how real they say they are, they obviously put on a bit of a character on the show. What's the middle? And through each episode of seeing Candice with her friends and family, you do see how open and like inviting she tries to be with people. And so I do feel it's very strange that Robyn's the one who called this meeting, and you come to this meeting and you break out crying from the first get-go. Like, you called this meeting.
Yeah, but that's why she called it, so she could come there and play victim.
Yeah, and it's very irritating. And I heard somewhere else like they were a prominent, but also it's still even kind of weird because like we barely even knew the friend who were the siblings of this person. We barely know the friend. We got one clip of flashback of the friend doing Robyn's hair. So also Robyn needs to work on having a character outside of Juan and Giselle. Because at least Giselle even has Kyle as like a third person she plays off of. I just saw these characters. I didn't even know they were that close. And so it's strange that she does come up and like burst out like this when you did some foolishness to someone you are calling now your little sister.
Right. Not only that, Kai, remember now when Candice was emotional because she didn't like what happened to Wendy, and I think she felt away because she wasn't there. Right?
Yes.
Think about the fact now. What is she crying for?
Oh, this is really
and
good
then
point.
Now you crying.
This is
and look who you're crying to, the same person you were clowning for crying. That's why I say, like, y'all were trying so hard to make fetch happen. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, I didn't buy it. It felt off, and it did almost feel a way of getting past it. And it almost like Robyn wanted to talk, which it's not really, because really Robyn is upset about the fact that Candice didn't go along with this Wendy situation. Like this whole, oh, you were saying people were disloyal and I stick up for you and Chris. Okay, if you're saying you stick up for you and Chris, that means you should know it wasn't about you. Regardless if you watch the rest of it or not. You are literally telling me that you knew it wasn't about you.
You know what else that lets you know, Kai? That lets you know that her quote unquote sticking up for her and Chris was just a maneuver. Because as soon as you could, you brought that back to use as a tool, as leverage. And I think that was her biggest issue. Like, see, I did that as leverage. That means you should have took my side when we were attacking Wendy. That's what was going on.
And she also needs to stop pretending like she did the most. When it's set up to Chris, you have that one conversation, you push back on Giselle, and then the next conversation you have with Giselle and Ashley, you are now pretending like Candice was being dramatic.
That wasn't even the next conversation, honey. The next conversation was when she sat down with Mia gossiping about it. Why would you even be spreading it if you was really on their side?
Yes. That's yes. And so that, like, it just, it's like, again, people saying like she got this little bit of coin and now it feels like she's secure in being the mean girl that she is on the inside. and playing the games that she used to be able to play when, she could, when, Juan was still, the darling of the DMV and all that kind of stuff. Because it's so strange to me that you throw that in your friend's face, and the same moment you're trying to have a conversation because you pulled out and tried to embarrass and humiliate her. That's the issue. I feel like people are like, Candice was not upset about you playing the live. Candice was upset because you were trying to, you were doing it to humiliate, embarrass, and get people to gang up on her. And then in the same breath, when you're having this conversation, now saying, well, I was loyal to you. That means you knew it wasn't about you, and you still did it anyway.
Yeah, you did it to be nasty because, hey, I did this, and this was supposed to be leverage. So because I did this, then you should have taken my side. Whatever I told you about Wendy, you should have jumped on it. Now that's what that really was. And what's real pitiful and sad is the fact that I could have even dealt with her playing the whole live and letting people take whatever impression that they wanted to take away from it. One of those moments where it's just kind of like glean from this what you make. Okay, Glean from this what you make. However, when she told the Lord of the Rings about it, and then she came in there, she only played a portion of it. And the fact that you only played a portion of it, to me, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. You didn't come in there and play the whole live where you could hear this girl talking about she'll support you. Your hats are dope. I wear them all the time. I like them. If she got a skincare line, I'll support that. You didn't play none of that. The fact that the girl said, I changed that, I correct that, not almost. You didn't play that because that's not the message you wanted to send, honey. You wanted to send a message that this girl was talking crap about everybody when she was not. You are a liar. You are malicious. Well, everything she did was malicious, was with malicious intent. Hey, Zoe. Say, my guest just leaving, big sis. The monkey foolishness with Grismo and Spike Gremlin. You so crazy. Not Grismo and Spike Gremlin. Y'all crazy, man. Yeah, she played a snippet, but notice the snippet she played. She could have, like, if you're only going to play a snippet, right? Follow me on this one. Tell me if I'm crazy, Kai. If you only going to play a snippet, that means that you are strategically choosing a specific portion of a recording to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't she choose to play the one where she was, talking about how she'll support that and her hats are dope? Why didn't she choose that snippet? Why didn't she choose the snippet where she said, well, I correct myself, not all, most of these girls are fake? Why didn't she play that snippet? Why would you strategically and maliciously choose to play the first part of the live when you know later in the live she corrected her own verbiage? It's not even like she said something and you had to figure out what she meant. She clearly corrected her own verbiage and she verbalized, I correct myself, not almost. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I'm going to add on to this part because to me, I feel like I can go two ways with that. I personally feel like she saw the rest of it and still didn't care because she was so upset. And I feel like Robyn is dumb, but still smart enough to know that this weekend is not going to play out great. So she needs to flip it. But okay, let's go this dumb route. Let's say she, still on the hype of Candice not joining in on the Wendy situation, was mad, and she did see this clip and she didn't bother to watch the whole thing. What got me was when she was hyping up Giselle, oh, she's talking about Karen. She's talking about Wendy. And then when she came to the table after it was played, she's like, everyone here.
Because she wanted everybody to gang up and attack that girl. Yep.
And so that to me was because again, I believe it was malicious and she did see the rest of it. But even if you go either way, though, you should be upset for yourself because you already know she's going through issues with Giselle and Ashley. So to me, it wouldn't even be that big of an issue for me to call it out in front of everyone. It would be an issue for me if I feel like I was a hit dog and hit dog's taller. But that's neither here nor there. But the fact that you also want to pretend now like she's great with everyone, so that's why everyone should be upset. Well, she's having issues.
Mm-hmm.
But back, to the Wendy and the Robyn thing, that also really bothered me because like Robyn's trying to pretend like Wendy's a different person when I'm just like, no, Robyn, you're the one who's a different person. You're the one who last season or whatever came to her asking about what kind of lawyer her husband is, and then you on the show
and then come back and try to pretend like you don't know what the problem is when you was just sitting with Giselle talking crap and plotting on this girl. But not only that, I got a problem with the fact that if she did apologize to you, an apology is an apology. Why did you need her to kiss your behind in front of an audience? And you didn't even want to apologize to her in front of a camera.
It's just...
Is that not absurd?
And for me, this is me being like, an armchair psychologist. To me, I am like Wendy and Candice and this apologizing, done. There's a part of me that feels like, okay, you need somewhat be strategy. Also a part of me that's like, some human nature. You are in this group. This is your job. You want to be able to get along with everyone. To me, though, there's a point where you need to cut that off to the head. And then I also have to think of this being my job, but my job is being somewhat of like showing myself on a reality TV show and people judging me. And I also feel like the audience has to take accountability for also allowing this type of environment to be had. Because as I've said before, I do not believe that Wendy nor Candice ever in a million years would think that this many people would be on their side.
I mean, but I don't care. You know me. I don't care nothing about who on your side. Right is right. If you stand up, if you stand with what's right, it shouldn't matter who had your back. It shouldn't matter if nobody had your back. You're supposed to stand on your square. Period.
Yes, absolutely.
Sun up, sun down, jump high, jump low, riding or walking. All that. Oh, I didn't think nobody was gonna be on my side. That all that says to me is that you coochie as hell and you a coward, and I don't respect that. Now,
everyone has
real. I don't respect
some people have
that
those moments. I totally get that.
But this is my thing with it.
Mm-hmm.
The verbiage that Robert Dixon keep using, that you win in an argument, like when she was at the restaurant. Oh, Wendy wins. Wendy wins. It gives me, you made us look bad because we tried to attack you and we lost. And so that's really what we're angry about. Sometimes you got to catch the words that people use to express themselves. It's almost like we didn't get to make you look bad in public. We really needed you to look bad in public. Like we tried everything to make you look bad. We tried to provoke you, girl. We tried to attack you, girl. We sent a large Hispanic gentleman to bum rush you at the table and bring mess from Peter. And you made us look bad every time we tried to attack you. So I needed you to kiss our behinds in public, so that way you could look bad. We needed you to look bad.
I've been peeped that.
All this happened because we was trying to make you look bad, and you drugged the hell out of us.
Yes, I think Robyn, and that's why I feel like people don't fully understand the colorism issue. I think that Robyn sees, you saw that Robyn calls Candice quote unquote her little sister, and so there's a different way that she will show her animosity towards Candice versus the Wendy. I feel like she sees Wendy as more of her peer, and now that she sees Wendy as more of her peer and more of a competition, Robyn has this very strange thing, as you said, of always trying to call out, this is not a debate and you're grandstanding. And Wendy, girl, if you come for me, I'm coming back at you. This is not necessarily a formal competition, but don't try me and I won't retaliate. That is what's happening here.
But that's that clear woman logic. I get to attack you, but if you're stronger than me, then you're supposed to shut up. You're supposed to defer and allow me to win. I'm not your match. So why wouldn't you just soft paddle it to me? Why can't you just let me win? Because I'm not your match. I don't have to let you win. No one owes it to you to let you win. I told y'all it is in the book of Galatians. Thou shalt not swing and can't fight. That goes for verbal or physical altercations. Do not start a war of words with someone when you know you are unarmed. Don't do it. If you know you don't have the mouthpiece, don't do it. That's like getting in a roasting session with me and your mouth is real Sunday school. Don't try that.
And I think this is also, obviously this language is solely on Robyn, but it's also, I think, also a dog whistle to the people who are watching, who couldn't stand that Wendy was confident in her education, all that kind of stuff. To be like, when we're in a disagreement now, instead of you just saying, I don't like you, you're going to keep trying to tell me now that I'm grandstanding and having a debate and trying to enact like someone should be hostile towards me because of the way I argue with you. If you know this is my job and you know this is how I speak, don't start anything with me because you're going to get it again and again.
But I think it's that, and I think it's also an issue of I can't compete with you, so I need to find a cop out, and the cop out for her is going to always be your grandstanding and debating. When in reality, anybody who has a disagreement and carries on that discourse is a debate. Yes. Simple and plain. And if you are ill-equipped to debate with a person, stop trying to have the debate. Just stop doing it. You're embarrassing yourself. And nobody forced you to embarrass yourself. Nobody asked you to do that. That's my thing. I don't care if it's you and your 12-year-old. If they're giving you all the reasons why they should be able to eat ice cream for breakfast and you're giving them all the reasons why they have clearly been smoking crack, that is a debate. Not that I would ever debate with a 12-year-old, but people do it. Lord, Rob, Myron, and Rings are the beast of RHOP. They are, definitely. Yeah, don't start none, won't be none. Like, just please, because I promise you, if you ever slide this way trying to roast, I'm not going to spare you. And nobody should be saying, well, you shouldn't have went that hard because you know that she knew her limitations before she opened her mouth. And that's how I feel about Robert and Rings. You know your limitations. Why is your mouth open? Stay in your weight class. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. What else happened? Then the Karen.
What did you think about that mess with Chris up there? Did it bother you that he tried to tell Candice well, you like to hold a grudge? Because that bothered me.
That annoyed me because I feel like it's fine if a partner can call out something that you do. What bothered me though, it felt like he was saying it in accordance to, well, Robyn has stuck up for me now.
Yep, that too.
And I feel like that doesn't matter. Robyn has did a separate offense that needs to be addressed.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if she stood up for us in this moment, which she really didn't, though. But regardless if she did or not, that does not preclude her from being able to be wrong in other situations when it comes to us.
Well, is it not the same as he tried to pull that crap with Ashley last year at that dinner table? Because I didn't like either one of those. And I feel like he has a habit. Just like he sat there and saw Giselle and them ganging up on that girl, and then instead of you saying, no, I'm standing with my wife, the way y'all handling her is wrong, you want to go have an ex parte conversation to try to help them communicate better. You big dummy. That's what you get. Every time he tried to take sides with somebody against his wife, it blew up in his face so far. And I think Robert gonna burn him too.
I feel like Robyn has already burned him in the sense that, like, she, again, as you said, the going to Mia about it, and then now saying that Candice was being dramatic and she's going back and telling Chris things. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think Candice was never going to tell her husband?
On the internet, and he threatening people, and I didn't see that man threaten nobody.
So to me, it's like I feel like Robyn's already, doing her work. I do feel like there's a I almost also kind of feel like it's almost like a people-pleasing thing, and it goes above and beyond because then you will run over your wife to do so.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like, but I feel like, yeah, you're right. Robert has already burned him, but I think Robert gonna take it a step further because, I mean, just look at it. Like, it doesn't age well. He took Giselle's side when they were clearly ganging up. Even the fact that Minaj was sitting there like, oh yeah, sing acapella. Like, they were all pushing that too. They were all a part of that mess. And I didn't like what Nikki did, and I didn't like the way they was ganging up on that girl at all. And at that time, I had no fond feelings for Candice at all. I don't really but I can clearly see when somebody's ganging up, and I don't like bullies. Okay? Instead of him saying the way y'all handling my wife is not it for me, and I don't like it. If she don't like it, I don't like it. Instead, you want to go have a conversation. Now, this same woman is accusing you. She tried to Bill Cosby you. She tried to R. Kelly you, Harvey Weinstein. Now, then when it come to Ashley, you up there getting in your wife's face, creating an altercation with her to make your wife look silly, to take the attention off of RoboCop, Pennywise. And then what she do? Turn around and say you was trying to holler at Riff Raff. And I know people DM, and it wasn't so innocuous.
It's mine. I hate when she tries to throw out a big word like she knows what it really means. It really breaks on you.
She studied it for 3 weeks and practiced it for 2
yes, months. You can tell the way she tries to use it in a sentence.
Yeah, like, girl, you don't even read books unless it's something in a bathroom stall at a truck stop. She's so trailer park. Auntie Eva, what you got, girl?
Well, the thing that bothers me, and I think I wrote this in the chat, is why did not Secret Squirrel say something?
She never does.
Robyn about, listen, why did you just play that one section?
Thank you.
Why did you just play that one part?
That's what I was
and why did she say it on the camera during this conversation? That just made me so mad. Because isn't that logical? Isn't that what anybody would say? Well, you didn't play all of it.
Right.
That
she didn't do it. She was too busy kissing behind an unwashed tail at that. Didn't even call her out for it. That heifer played a snippet and said, "Oh, I think that's all we need to hear." No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You stopped it there, and you felt like that was all they needed to hear, because that's what you wanted them to react to. Instead of saying, "Oh, this is all we need to hear," what she should have said was, "Okay, this is all I want y'all to react to," because that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was. And then
She
the
was
other
looking
part
for a reaction.
that annoyed me was that you catch when Rob and Rings were having that conversation, and she was saying, about that moment in the car, or at the club or whatever. Well, this goes back to last year. So, I mean, right there, she's saying, I'm still mad at you for, calling me out about my fake relationship from last year. They're just acknowledging, yeah, I'm still holding a grudge with you on that one, because she was
But
right.
this is the thing. She the girl didn't even just flat dry call her out. She didn't just walk up to her and say, "Robyn, what you doing? What's going on with that
No,
non-existent relationship with your baby daddy / roommate?" No, y'all was playing in that girl face. You ain't got no
that's right.
substance. You done changed. We don't know who you are because you don't look like a broken wet cigarette no more. And your husband might be cheating, and maybe that's why you got it, even though you done talked with her on the phone and asked her about whether her husband could help y'all sue the same people that told a lie.
That's right.
So
And I'm
that's why she roasted you. That's why she talked about the fact that man ain't your man. And I
right.
still feel like she did her a favor, because if I'd have got her, she would probably be mad next year, the year after that, and the year after that too.
I think she would have just got on off the show. Um, but you know what? I'm waiting for the day, and I don't know. I might be hell might freeze over, but I'm waiting for the day when somebody gets fed up enough when they'll say, "Look, why don't you get yourself a storyline and stop coming after people's marriages and people's families? Find something to
Even
do."
if they say it, she ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
It don't
But
matter if they
I
say it. Like,
still
I feel
want
what you
somebody to
saying,
call them
Auntie
out on
Eva.
it.
I feel what you're saying, Auntie Eva, but she's not gonna stop doing it because she don't have another option. Let's really talk about it. What other option does she have?
And that needs to be addressed. Get something going and stay out of people's marriages, stay out of people's family life. Get your own thing going. Or should we talk about J Mall? And by the way, that's my baby daddy. I said, that's a lot of baby daddies right there.
You ain't lying. That's everybody, baby daddy. That's my baby daddy. Like she was saying something cute or funny. Ain't nothing cute about the fact that he everybody baby daddy. Y'all remember that song? Who that is? That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. Okay. Snow White say they never do that on Beverly Hill. They always try to tear up a happy home. Right. Because they have a certain narrative that they want to put out. They need all black men to be poor.
Yeah.
They need all of them, if they got a business, they need to be crooks or scammers.
Yeah.
And if you're black and you're married and you happy, we need to spend as much garbage as we can. We either need to say he cheating or you cheating, or y'all got money problems. Like we got to tear this up. And when they can't come up with nothing, then they have meetings after baby showers so they can lie and say a child don't belong to their daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that snake beside the house was hell. And Miss Dorothy, I love her. She said, "I thought you said Giselle wasn't coming."
Yeah, that tickles me. Okay. We were talking about the Karen and Candice. I know Candice took accountability and all that kind of stuff. And I also kind of find it funny that Karen was like, "But I'm still watching." Candice should be watching you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, which again, she should have never done with Ashley, but people get together, they gossip, whatever, but she shouldn't have done it to that demon, as she said. But Karen, do not be sitting here like she was the reason why y'all have this breakdown in your relationship. Because if I remember the correctly, she was the girl picking you up from your wisdom tooth extraction, standing up for you when Ashley was going after you, and Monique was sitting there laughing as well about what she was saying. Like, let's not.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Trina remember the song T-Bird, that's just my baby daddy. Honey, Giselle say J Mall is just my baby daddy. Okay. Listen, that took me all the way back to Freaknik. I'm sorry. Y'all, in my mind, I was about 200 pounds lighter and half naked right then. I was
half naked?
Half naked, baby. At every party. Listen, I was back in the moment, just that quick. That just my baby daddy. But yeah, she did that, honey. That whole situation bothered me. It did. I'm glad that Chris stood up for himself and was smart enough not to be apologizing. But still, yet and still, it bothered me that he can see where people need to respect him and not lie on him, but that he don't have a problem with people disrespecting and lying on his wife. That bothers me. That's why I don't like that dust devil. That's why Dorothy should have never let that happen. ST say, I can't believe that snake was in a residential area like that. I don't know why. They should have called someone. It looked dangerous. Then people were walking around the grass area. Girl, to call somebody, they should have went and got a shovel and took the thing head off. What you calling people for? Just kill it. Kay Blake say Kanko shouldn't refer to him as her baby daddy. It puts on the same level with all his other baby mamas, not his ex-wife. Yeah, she did.
You're right. It's cute.
She's trying to be funny, she thinks that's cute, and it's not.
Girl, this the same lady that think it's appropriate for a grown woman to be talking about no draws, sweaty cooches, poops, and gas. Okay, so clearly she has a lapse in judgment when it comes to what's appropriate.
Absolutely. As well as her fashion or lack thereof sense.
Okay. Dr. J said Ashley always looked like she put her finger in the socket. She sure did when that vein was popping out. Kai, did you find any tears on her face when she was screaming? Because
the face was dry. As someone said, bays of hail were rolling on by. It was dry. It was dusty. It was windy. Nothing was going on. Not a storm, not a drop, not a tinkle, not a sprinkle.
I was watching intently too, like one gonna drop for the scene change.
And you see when she starts, and then she has a break, and she has to try to start again. But I also, because I really don't like that woman. She grates my spirit, but I'm trying to give too much to her. But I also I really can't care about this because that man played with you in your housing by kicking you out, played with you and your aspirations that you want to do for your family by shutting down that business on you. Told you he does not want you to be the kind of mother your mother is, and he's not sure if you could be a parent to his children, all this kind of stuff. And you planned these two kids. You planned these and cheated on you, and you planned these two kids after all of this. And now you're so shocked about him acting a fool.
That man ain't acting no fool. He ain't doing nothing to her. And she was supposed to plan them children. You don't marry somebody 10 days older than dirt and don't secure a check. Who does that?
No, she has her plan. It's just that I can't feel anything for it because my thing is all the things that you are trying to complain about and be scared of are things he showed you way before you were having children.
But she not scared. She lying.
We know she's lying.
So that's
I'm just saying, I'm remarking on her performance of what she wants me to feel, which obviously I'm not feeling that way.
But that's the thing. That right there, that's what she want people to do. Be like, oh, girl, you asked for this, and that. You ain't asked for nothing because ain't nothing happening. You's a lying hussy. That's what you want. You's a lying hussy.
This is how it's supposed to be going. Y'all doing your plots or whatever to not have him on film. Go right on ahead.
Child Ivy Life Coach say, Corona, please give Ashley an endorsement deal. I agree. And Kleenex, give one to Candice, please. and look here, and Earl Shibe, y'all give a deal to Giselle because she wear all y'all colors on every outfit. Deborah says she just watched Ashley again, not red tear. It wasn't now.
I was just getting ready to say that. I'm looking at it right now. Not a tear. She put her hands over her put her hands over her eyes, over her nose.
Like she was wiping something. Ain't nothing came out.
Not a tear.
Not one. And I was watching close. Listen, Dora done sent me a picture of Ice-T ex-wife before the surgery. Yes, she was. She was good and ugly. Now she looked like a bank robber. Them bank robbers put on them hard plastic masks. Well, I guess the bank robber is better than the original face.
Ooh, child.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna talk about the offspring.
About what?
The offspring. I ain't gonna say.
No, I ain't gonna talk about your children. I will say that they didn't get their ugly numbers right.
No, you're right. They didn't.
The calculations were off.
Calculation was off. They forgot to carry the one and move the decimal point.
Very much so.
You gotta carry the one.
They threw chaos to the wind.
Yeah, they threw caution to the wind and just went with it. But don't follow your heart. Carry the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really care about Ashley and her performance of what she thinks emotions are.
I didn't either. But what did you think about the auntie? Was it giving you that they had talked about this and she was the one that
yes,
was
you did bring this up. Okay. I feel there's something that holds me to believe like he did talk to his wife and he's trying to get his wife to hear it. But for me, but I can see it was her mom's situation. But for me, Uncle Luck just seems so disgusted by him that just because you're disgusted doesn't mean you don't want to take someone to the bank either. So I can go either way. But it is clear that they were having this conversation beforehand, which is why the aunt was able to hold the reins this time.
Yeah, because my thing is, I'm not excited about you being disgusted. Y'all wasn't too disgusted to cash that man checks. Okay, now you want to impress me by saying, you know what, I don't like you, and keep your little mangy dollars. Now that's when I'm impressed. But the fact that you discussed it, that's not hard to do.
Well, okay. We always talk about like what we know. I know of the mom getting money. I don't know about the uncle getting money.
You really think so? I'm just saying.
Yeah, the way
because
that
at the end of the day, let me tell you where I'm coming from with that, sis. Okay. First of all, that's your sister. You should have said as a man, sis, you come stay over here before you take $1 from that piece of trash. But that ain't what you did. You should have said, I'm not coming over there to see you at that man's house. I don't like him. But that's not what you did. All along the way, you was playing along. And then the minute you get a whiff of a divorce and the possibility of a settlement that you might be able to get your little dusty fingers on, now you need to get a lawyer. You need to get a lawyer. Well, what you doing? You ain't thinking straight. You need to get a lawyer. And then now all of a sudden, you the one been barking like a hound dog, like a coon dog. Now you over there quiet as a hoe in church. And you done sit your little clear Jason wife on her. Now you try to relate to her. Now
is she clear, Jason, or is she clear? Regardless,
she was adjacent.
She was adjacent. Okay.
That wasn't crystal clear. That wasn't crystal clear. But you done sicked her over there. Now you try to relate to her, and you could tell she was trying to sell it. And she's a terrible actress. She's a terrible actress. She was running over there, patting on the back and hugging. It's okay. You got all of us. Girl, we ain't never even seen you before.
She's been on before, but not much. This is about maybe the second time.
But also Ashley has talked about how like they weren't able to come over. So is that shocking?
I'm just saying, but
it's all a mess. It's all pathetic and tragic.
We managed to see Uncle Lump.
Yeah.
So why we ain't been seeing the wife of the lump as much as we seen the lump?
Oh, I don't know.
First of all, I know some Negroes named Lump, and every nigga I know named Lump ain't worth a darn. Because that's not a name that your mama give you. That's a name that you get,
the streets give you.
Right, that's a street name.
Every Negro I know named Lump ain't worth a darn, and I don't care if you tell them I said it. I'm from Ocala. I know about 3 different lumps. Ain't neither one of them worth a flip. They looking at the money. They so excited. They finna get some money. We gonna get some money. We gonna get some money. If you want some money, that bag go make some.
Yeah, hurry up and get that divorce.
I'm excited about men being excited about getting money from other men, because see what that says to me is actually better not trust her husband around Uncle Lump. That say if you leave Lump to the house while you go to work, Lump gonna have his head on the pillow and he gonna hike it in the air. I don't trust you. Cause ain't too many, manly men looking to get money from other men like that. That tells me that Uncle Lump by being there acting like a 5-star chick. Here, he'll bend it over, touch your toes.
I don't get all of that, but I can get that it's all trifling, because regardless, if you are supposed to be her father figure, you are intervening far too late for all this foolishness that they have shown us. If it's real or not, I get
that from it because that's not masculine. I ain't saying he gave me zest, but I'm saying that that's some feminine behavior. And I'm just telling you off the rip, I don't trust no man. You suspect as hell if you comfortable accepting, collecting, or going after money from another man. I know real men that will eat dirt sandwiches before they accept money from another man's hand. And instead of him just accepting money, he wants to actively go after another man's money, like you was the one on your back and on your knees. Unless you were, Lump, let us know. That's all I'm saying. Let us know, Lump. Let us know. Same thing I said about 50 Cent baby mama. You want to move a dude in the house that belonged to 50 Cent. And I'm like, that man right there, when he wanted to go with your baby daddy. If he was comfortable living in a house that another man was paying for, unless he was giving him some coochie too.
Mm-mm.
See, men that are actually men, they got pride. That's why I don't like Chris Bassett. You ain't got no pride. You wanted your mama-in-law to still be paying half the bills. If you don't go get your nuts off layaway.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it. That's right. Bend it over. Touch your toes. Whip it out. Show them hoes your bankroll. Because I'm like, y'all some bad chicks. Let me find out Uncle Lump down there swinging around the pole at the pink.
Oh, Lord.
You up next after Mercedes, Uncle Lump. You gangster walking on the ceiling.
Oh, no.
Ivy life coach say, didn't something happen with Lump in the previous season? Yeah, it's always been some little stuff with Lump. Like I said, let me find out Lump down there working for Uncle Clifford.
Mm-mm.
DJ never scared breaking them beats up for you to come out there. He trying to be the next little murder. Lump better go somewhere. Take that little sad looking woman you got and see if you can put her out there to get you some money. Tell her to go sleep with an old man to get you some money. Y'all to be shaming yourself. Bad enough, y'all let y'all young niece go lay up with this whole half dead man. Now you want to collect money. You got a clear adjacent woman to your house. Send her out there to go hold up some cash.
Yeah.
Instead of telling her to do bad acting on Bravo. Yes.
And then the other thing that happened was Mia's event that I don't know what was going on, but it happened. Congratulations for a new location. Yeah, Jacqueline and Karen were the only ones there.
That's
interesting.
Okay.
Because it was like obviously the girls inflate, who they are, whatever, sometimes. So I'm just like, girl, I feel like if I was on this whole crusade about low budget this and low budget that and all this kind of stuff, I feel like this would have been this grand opening would have been popping. It would have been an evening event, dress up, not some on the side of the street in the daytime, and this microphone that you didn't need because I felt like everyone was in hearing distance from you.
Well, that's what we all said, girl. She could have hollered at them people from her car. She didn't even have to get out the car. She could have yelled that from the window. She didn't need no sound system. But it's just the idea, like we saw from her whole Miami situation, that clearly, she don't know what high budget is.
Sure don't.
She don't know what high budget is. She was just going after Candice. She didn't have nothing to say, so she said something nasty because she thought it made her sound cool. It just made you sound dumb, and then you cried the rest of the season because Robyn and Rings told you to because the girl said your mama.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Obviously not the only thing, but it's like, because I hear some people like, oh, we like a delusional housewife and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, I don't know about that. But if you are delusional and your delusion is in your sense of grandeur, I don't want you to push that onto other people. I feel like Karen has a sense of grandeur that she doesn't necessarily always push on people unless they're having a confrontation. Then she'll say something slick. But obviously you see.
But Mia is giving an impersonation of what she thinks a rich person
is.
Yeah. And her vantage point is skewed. Her vantage point was from the couch of her foster homes and her group homes. She doesn't know. She just doesn't know. Snow White, thank you for the super chat. You say, I can't with you, nuts out of layaway. He do need to get his nuts off layaway. And Yolanda Franklin, I did say he was down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Yeah, she really went there on Uncle Lump.
I did. Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Oh, Lord.
If you showing bands, Uncle Lump, he gonna shake
it. Wait, who are you watching P-Valley with? Are you watching by yourself or Geneva?
Oh, child, I'm the one told her to watch it. I'm for real. Let me tell you how it happened, because I wasn't gonna watch it. I was like, oh God, here we go again. And baby, I messed around and saw a clip on social media. Uncle Clifford was praying to the boss be above and talking about something that they had to get out there and get all the money and please send all the ballers and dope dealers with all the skrilla. I said, I gotta watch this show. This is baby. I went on there and I watched the first episode and I literally could not stop watching. I had to binge watch all the way through that whole first season, and then I was sad because I had to wait for season 2.
I know.
I fell in love. Now I need season 3 because they better not kill Lil Murder. But anyway, thank you so much, Snow White, for the support. But that's how that happened, baby. I fell in love. But yeah, Uncle Lump down there to the paint. He down there to the paint. Okay, and then you can't go topless no more. You got to keep them covered up. Lump, don't show your lumps. Hey, Destiny, say Jacqueline don't like Mia. She been dropping subtle hints since she came on the show. She sure did. That's why that sneak peek when she was like, you got to ask Mia. You knew what you was trying to make them people say. That's why that girl fell out with you because you trifling.
She's just so fake. So that's why I can't take her.
Lump is not the hype man. Lump trying to be part of the Holy Trinity. He want to be up on the pole with Mercedes and Miss Mississippi. He want to be since Gidget ain't stripping no more. He want to be up on the pole with Mississippi and Mercedes. He want to be the yellow girl now. Girl, I'm ready for the paint to come back too.
I know. I was so upset when I was like, "Why are you doing this to me, Stops? If you took this long, you should have filmed them back to back."
But listen, you can't tell me you wasn't happy when you found out Grandmama Ernestine didn't die. I was so happy.
I was very much so relieved. I felt like they weren't going to do that because I saw there's something like her presence is so grounding. I was like, you can't get rid of her yet.
I thought they was finna kill Grandmama Ernestine. I wasn't gonna. If they killed Ernestine, I wasn't gonna watch that show no more. Yeah, I had made up in my mind. I said, y'all kill Ernestine, see what I do.
Maybe eventually, depending on how many seasons the shows go, maybe. But I just felt like it wasn't the right time with what Clifford was going through. It wasn't right. And I was like, this is not happening. I'm not even going to pour into this. It's not happening.
What you say, girl? You couldn't even accept it as a possibility. No. Like y'all better not kill Ernestine.
It's a lie. I don't care.
Listen, I like old people that cuss. It's exciting to me. The old people in my family don't cuss like that. You know what I mean? So I'd be excited.
I was just with the old lady that cuss. Last night, that's why I didn't come. I was going to not come because yesterday I was out with old people at 9:30 drinking Douce and wine and everything else at early in the morning.
But yeah, I like old people that cuss. It's exciting to me. I love it because both of my grandmothers were church ladies. They did not curse. They would beat you half to death. Like you would think you was gonna see Jesus, but they didn't cuss. And my mama wasn't a cusser, and my aunties were saved ladies, and they didn't cuss. So every time I see an old lady that cuss real good, I get excited. Like even Betty White, I used to like Betty White because Betty White cuss real good. I love old people that cuss. Yeah. I be like, Ernestine had 9 lives for sure. Sure did. I say y'all better not touch Ernestine. You say your mama told you about it too. See, we be up on stuff every now and then. Y'all don't count us out because we be teasering, okay? Snow White said, Nitra, I'm trying to figure out. So is Mia Man Jacqueline Sugar Daddy upcoming episode? I don't think so. I think Giselle was looking for something and Jacqueline was playing with it because she wants to be interesting so bad. And baby, you not interesting. You're just not. You the tag along. You the representative. You the girl that catch her hand-me-downs and don't none of them fit you right.
I feel like it's kind of foolish. Like, again, that's why, I mean, obviously some of it's on the producers because I feel like the producers have allowed Giselle to feel like she is too much of the main bee on the show. And also the producers have allowed, like, why is Mia back this season? And then why would you think Mia to me is not interesting enough, let alone interesting enough for her to bring someone else on? And so then when I see Jacqueline, I'm like, of course.
And you know, I didn't like that she was bringing somebody on this quick for me. Like interesting enough for sure, but this quick for 2. You ain't been here but 1 season. Why are you already bringing a friend on the show? How that work? Where they do that?
And that to me, it lends to obviously things are rumors, so this I'm not playing rumor. It does lean to me that it was a feeling like she wasn't going to be around next year, and if she is, who's she going to interact with? And it does tie into the whole at BravoCon, like she didn't really mesh with any of the women because I do feel like she she is the pawn that Giselle and Robyn use, but the audience will also still go up for it, except for this time, surprisingly enough. But it's just so easily discarded because there's really nothing there. She has a story and all that kind of stuff, but so many parts of it feel like she's like leaving out parts of it, which is you consider lying, like telling half truths. It's just it feels so fabricated and emotionally manipulative, and just no.
Yeah, it's not working. Lord, Seanitra say Kings of Comedy, Steve Harvey, Sister Odell. Yes. And Steve Harvey ain't even that funny to me. But when he was talking about Sister Odell and the Kings of Comedy, that touched my heart because I love old people that cuss. I love an old person that cuss. And he was around a lot of curses. I really wasn't. I was a big girl before I ever met any of like my friends that lived in West Ocala who had mamas and stuff that cursed. It was always so exciting to me. Always. Because I was raised with that Baptist crew that would hit you, but they really wouldn't cuss you. Like they would beat the hell out you, but they really.
Ooh, I know. My grandma Mississippi is a switch, a paint stir stick.
Yes. Oh, a Baptist will beat you. We will beat you. But we ain't no need to do all that cussing. We ain't got to do all that cussing. But I do like to hear other people do it. That's why I say y'all can cuss in the chat, especially if your joke funny. Just spell it wrong. That's all.
Okay, what else happened? We got the Karen, got the Giselle, the Mia event. I guess since I'm working myself backwards, it's Robyn again. I think this season, I feel like Robyn's finally feeling somewhat financially comfortable, and so she feels she can be the mean girl that she used to be. But she still is also showing how much of a flunky she is for Giselle, and that sit down and feeling the need to laugh about Wendy and then talking about Candice. Meanwhile, you're in the texting Candice, oh, I think we can be better friends to each other. Meanwhile, you were the one trying to hype Giselle up for this whole situation. Why are we laughing about Wendy when, again, y'all both were drunk and you also participated in it? So what are we laughing about?
You was hugging and going on too, but tried to act like, oh, she was kissing my butt, but you forgot to say you apologized. I just don't like her.
Yeah, it's just, ugh. That's the word, ugh.
Just
And I guess to me, when I look at it, I'm just kind of like, these are the kinds of talks that these two women have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it leaves me with just kind of when she was crying about the friend, I'm just the only clip that they have of that friend is the one where she's doing her hair that one time. I'm just Rob has been on the show, and I feel like there's a difference between us telling us what happened in your life and showing us who you really are. Just because you tell me what happens in your life does not mean I know who you are. And that's what I feel about Robyn. I'm why are you here for 7 years? I feel like I still don't necessarily know you, because this is something I thought she was capable of, but the fact that she is here and with Wendy, and it's over something so trivial, over something that Ashley and Karen have said and done much worse and unprovoked at certain times, just leaves me to be this is the real you, and I knew you were crap, but you're also not entertaining. So really, why are you here?
Right.
Even Giselle, every once in a while, makes you chuckle. Every once in a while, she'll make you chuckle. Robyn, I don't laugh. Nothing about the story's tied in the playthrough. Okay, you guys have the money. Okay, you lost the money. Okay, you're still living together. And really, you don't want to be together, but everyone's forcing you to do so, and you don't know what to do with your life, and you're too comfortable to really do anything and make any moves, so you're here.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I think they had a deal that he would stay until he got his money back, or some of it back. And then boys grow up, and then he's gonna book for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because he did say that if those boys weren't in the picture, he wouldn't be there.
Well, now that I do believe. I don't believe without them children he would give her time of day. I also feel as though he ain't gonna never get his money back. I don't think so.
Not all of it.
Gonna see his money back. I don't think she got no intention on paying that man his money back. And not only that, I also feel like they have an arrangement. We just don't know the details of the arrangement.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But it's come to a point, I don't care. And I think that's the worst thing. Right. If you're a reality star, for me to not care, I don't care. With Ash, I think there's something interesting I can talk about, I guess, daddy issues or whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't care.
Yeah, me either. I'm with you when you're right. LEL say rob him hair and outfits don't get financially comfortable. And to my dismay, she still looked like the Grinch that stole Mardi Gras wearing that ugly dress in her confessionals. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know what that thing is that's across her body in that chair, but it needs to go.
You can wear this with the white shirt. Try them on. Take the shots off. But this the thing too, and this is my issue with it, because you don't have to be rich to look good. Like I know people that's literally on Section 8 and you don't never catch them heifers when their hair not whooped. Like the fact that she looked like she looked is not because of money, it's because she tacky.
Right.
Like literally, I know girls that got rent $20 a month and they hair be hooked to the gods. There's no reason for her to look like that other than she tacky.
Mm-hmm.
With the white shirts, and you can put that with the jeans. Okay, cool. All right. I'm sorry, we ironing out outfits, child. That's what we doing over here. Because y'all know I be gossiping with y'all, but I still gotta be mama. I got one baby left at the house. I got one left in the roost. Put the white shirt with, let me see. I still got one at the roost, child. I still gotta be mama.
Yeah, you gotta take care of stuff.
And unlike some of these heifers, I take my job real serious.
Well,
You
listen,
say you cringe when you see what Robyn will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, rent $20. Oh, so you must not know nobody that's on Section 8, because I do. Yeah, I know some people on Section 8. I know some of them the rent was $12. Don't get me started, girl. I can call names, cities, and all.
Hair laid, Cadillac in the driveway, all the things.
Yes, ma'am. Got good cars. Keep them a dope boy. They hair be fixed. They at every concert, every party. Cute clothes. They gonna get them a little piece of designer here and there. Always gonna get them a trip to Miami when they can. Robyn looked like that because she tacky, and Sasha Ellis say tacky and lazy. That's true, because you can't be lazy and be sharp.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how that works. She looks sorry. It gives sorry. Say you all right. Just told mine to turn the TV off. It's a school night. Girl, look, we got to be on our job 24/7, 365. We don't get no days off, ladies. Y'all know that. Who gave us a day off? Say that dress was her final straw for me. Talking about that Becky Sue. Okay. You're welcome. Listen, you're going to learn to appreciate
it. I'm going to jump on down back in the chat. It's nice chatting with you.
I appreciate you. Look, we all finna get up out of here. I'm so proud of us. We leaving under 3 hours. We finna go.
It was a chill episode.
Oh, no, we not. No, we not. Mona me. They go Mona me. All right, Auntie Eva. We'll talk to you later. Mona me. What's going on, baby?
Hey, Seanitra. Hey, Kai. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. Now tell me what you thought about this mess.
Hold on. Sorry.
You all right,
my
girl?
earphone's acting up.
Take your time.
I've been there.
Take your time, baby.
What is this? Okay, let me just mute myself till I get it together.
Yolanda, you got to misspell your cuss words, baby. Don D said that we figure out the two guests supposedly going to the Never Ever Wet. I was trying to figure out, talking about just 4 of us. Who is us? Who the hell is us?
Wait, just 4 of us. I mean, I guess her and the 2 children.
Hello?
Hey, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, girl, beautiful. Finally. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm going to tell you. I am tired of strippers. I'm tired of the sugar babies. So I'm going to keep windmilling for Wendy, but at a very low level. I don't know. I feel like in 1 week we've gone from saying, Team Wendy, and, she's a class act. She didn't react, to now it's, I'm done with her. I'm disgusted. Throw her out. We're done with her. So I just gotta feel like I gotta take her, take up for her one last time. I don't know. It just doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, and that's why my thing is, like, it's not about her, like, her reaction. Sorry, it's just like it shouldn't be happening to begin with.
I agree.
And like that, to me, that's the main problem, and why I feel that Potomac needs to figure out what its identity is supposed to be. Because I feel like we're coming to, and that's why I don't like when some people say, "Oh, she's too good for a show." She doesn't. I'm like, of course she doesn't need the show, but she wants to be on the show, and the show wants her.
Right.
But also the show needs to figure out what's its identity, because I feel like you cannot have a Candice who in the same breath is, starting her acting, doing her music, getting her MBA, and a Wendy flying here, flying there, doing speaking engagements and all this kind of stuff, doing school, all that kind of stuff. And then we have a Mia, who one day she's the CEO, the next day she's the regional manager, the next day she don't have a salary. And like it doesn't, to me, it does not work when I feel like this is not what Potomac was based off of. When it seems like you're still trying to hold into that identity, but obviously you're adding on people now who don't give that.
Exactly, and I thought they picked her out solely because she gives Potomac, the political background, the education, and everything. She can be a little cringy, yes, sometimes, but I like having her on my screen just to show a balance,
Well, this is the thing. I don't feel like any show should have to pick one or the other, especially these black shows, because clearly when it comes to them clear shows, they don't have to pick one or the other. They don't. You have a myriad of characters. And I think it's perfect, to be unpopular opinion. I don't have a problem with y'all having the group home ex-stripper, Yeti / Nigerian couch surfer. Like, I don't have a problem, like, if that's what y'all want to throw in the mix. But what I have a problem with is the direct attacks against black women for not fitting a stereotype. If all you needed was somebody ignorant, low class, and unaccomplished, then you got that already. You got Robert and you got you know what I mean? One got a piece of an education, one doesn't have even so much as a certificate.
Yeah, so just keep them both on, but like,
yeah, you got the whole myriad, okay? You have the older, bourgeoisie lady, Miss Karen. You got, Robert, who managed to go to school and pledge and then did absolutely nothing with her life. You got Rings, Giselle, who managed to go to school and pledge and got out, and the best thing she could do was marry Reverend Pimp Daddy. And now she's a bitter divorcee who lives in a barn. You got Ashley Darby, who's a cool barfly and has to sleep with a decrepit old man for her son. So we got a full myriad, and I think it would be interesting if these people could just be normal, fair, and organic. And let's just see how this group of people interacts. And then again, maybe that is what we're seeing. Maybe we're seeing when people who depend on colorism and clear adjacent privilege feel less than the black women that they feel they're better than. Like when they're forced to come to terms with the fact that they might not even be as good as the women that they want to be better than. Maybe this is really how they behave.
And I think that's my point. I feel like I am fine with show everyone. I am fine with that. I guess it's the problem when it becomes like, it feels like because we have these issues, then you're going to like try to degrade, demean, and bully and harass the people. Like, what? This is what we're doing now?
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore. It used to be petty stuff, like my name's not on the list, or like she buys cheap furniture, but now it's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's like I take my emotions out of it, but then sometimes you see something and it takes you back to the real world. So then you're like, this is getting a little dark for me. And I like the commentary on YouTube. Like, we get together, we kiki, but now it's
but like, hold on. Essence, Mia don't live in a mansion. Mia's in a what is that thing she's in now? She's renting. What is she renting? What is that?
I think it's 10,000 square feet, but I really wouldn't consider that a mansion.
So okay, so she is renting a mansion. I know she started off in a condo, and now she renting a mansion. Okay, but it's
it's the one she renovated, right?
A rental home. Thank you, Ivy Girl Coach. You said it right for me. She's living in a rental home. Like, I don't even think you get to call it a mansion when you're renting. Okay, you're in a rental, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But let's not conflate issues. You can have money and still be low class.
Yeah.
And that heifer is low class.
Yes.
Like, really low class. Like, if I shook her hand, I would want hand sanitizer. Immediately. I'm just saying.
So I guess that's like my main problem when I say like what Potomac was based off of, because I don't feel like I want to watch a show where what did you call Ashley? A slick barmaid or something?
A barfly.
A barfly. Where a barfly can sit on a reunion and call the dark-skinned black girl who comes from money and is trying, and every season she's accomplishing her goals, the least accomplished. That don't work for me.
And the thing is, it's interesting. And I just felt like somebody should have pointed it out. If this is their normal behavior to just try to degrade black women who are clearly better than them, then why is it not being called out? Like, what do you consider an accomplishment? Is it an accomplishment to dress like a lot lizard and sleep with old men for coin? And that, because if that's the case, then I'm not accomplished either. Kai, you either. Have you done it?
No.
So if that is her measuring stick, and to her that is an accomplishment, then clearly we're all unaccomplished. Mona,
yes.
Are you unaccomplished too?
I have not laid with any old man, I can promise.
There you go. So you didn't get worms either. Okay, so we're all unaccomplished according to the Barfly Derby. Cheryl say, don't forget about Sharice. Why? Sharice forgot about Sharice. Why can't we forget?
Yeah, she's been there.
Yeah, she moved down the street from Karen, who's also renting. It's true. Well, I don't know. Is Karen renting? Because people said that.
No, Karen's renting. Karen's renting.
Okay, she's renting. Okay. But yeah, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but Karen is clearly the bourgeoisie older lady.
But I guess I'm fine with Karen.
And she's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. And I guess I'm fine with it because she doesn't necessarily do a Mia where she'll show up to someone's event and then call it a low budget and want to start a fight. And then, as you said, spend the rest of the season crying because someone responded to you calling themselves low budget.
Okay. Hey, yeah, cousin Jeremy. How you? Hey, I'm sorry. I had to speak.
No. So that's where I bump into those roads where like Karen has delusions of grandeur, but I never necessarily, and I don't really like Karen, but I don't necessarily feel like Karen pushes that onto someone. If they get into disagreement,
older bourgeoisie lady, like she gives me.
You might pay her home, but she's still.
She literally gives me all of my mama's friends because all of them ladies was real grand for no reason. Like you would come over there for a regular dinner and they will break out their most expensive dishes, their most expensive pots. My mama was like that too, cook food in regular pots and transfer them to the expensive ones just to show off. Like that is, you know what I'm saying? Like that group of ladies, I understand. I understand them. But what's going on with Mia is just, group home, baby. She's trying to give us rich lady and she's not sure what that looks like. ST say Miami bringing it fashions class scenery. I can't get with Miami because that's not real Miami. Where the black folks at? I'm waiting. When they get some black folks on there, then we'll talk.
Well, they have a real a main cast member now and a friend of.
I mean, real black folks. I'm sorry.
Real. What does that look like, Seanitra?
I know what she's saying.
They look like me. They sound like me. Because I'm a Florida girl. And Florida's real black. And I'm like, where the black people at? I'm not interested. That's why I liked Atlanta, because Atlanta showed real black people from Atlanta. And I find it real interesting that when it came time for Florida, naturally, typically, as usual, as per normal, they refuse to show regular black folks from Florida because there's some real regular black people from Florida who got money, but y'all intentionally don't show them and want to show everybody with an accent and a green card. I felt some type of way about it. I will never watch it, not one episode. Say the black people were displaced. Well, it's real funny. All our folks are still down there. They ain't displaced worth a darn. They just didn't want no black people in Miami. They want to represent Florida as everything but black built that state, black hold that state together. And until they respect that, I don't respect them. Sorry. Your mama be doing that too, DT? Yeah. With regular pots and then transfer it to the fancy stuff before people. Yeah. That was my mom and them.
I've been there. Polishing the silver.
No, I mean, gotta be grand, honey. You gotta set the whole table. You gotta bring out the charger plates. You gotta make sure you do all the full plate setting. Nobody all of those.
Have you ever had to like polish the chandelier? My grandma would make us pick off the pieces and you polish the crystal on it.
Let me tell you something. All the way down to we gotta fold the napkins cute inside the ring because people were coming over. Like, I mean, first of all, if you give them a napkin, that's quite enough. Why do you need to fold the napkin cute and then stick it in the ring and they all got to sit up the right way? Don't let it flop over. Why? Why, ma'am? Why?
Yes, I guess that's why we explained it perfectly for me now. That's why when it comes to the caring, that part of caring,
You know,
it doesn't
all of
bother
us
me because
were
I can
raised
see
by
it.
those women. A lot of us were.
Yeah.
And the ones who didn't have that as a mama, you had at least one auntie that was like that.
But when it comes to, sorry, I know.
Yeah. That's why Karen don't really vex us, because we used to that.
Yeah, but like the Ashleys and the Mia to one, and not to it says mine, girl. You had to tell.
I'm gonna tell you another reason why that bothers me, because my mother wouldn't have spit on women like that. She wouldn't have. She would have said, well, invite them helpers to church, but don't let them in. That's how that would have went. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm sorry, but it's true. Yes.
I understand why. I understand why.
You know what I mean? So that's why I have a problem. That's why I got a little problem. And I'm like, there's so many of those ladies in Florida, so many whose husbands got good money, and you ain't put one of them on that show. You got a bunch of people that do not represent the state of Florida in any way, shape, form, or fashion. DT say put the whole fancy cutlery with the once in a blue moon tablecloth. Oh no, my mama had a bunch of nice tablecloths. And we would have to iron them, DT. And then she got to lay her good lace over the top of them. And then we got to do, child, it was a whole production. And I'm like, all this for these people? These people? You're putting on for these people. And I was always getting backhanded in the mouth, because I refused to speak good English. Yeah. That was my life. But, here I am. And y'all still my friend, even though I talk like this.
I love it.
Thank you. Oh, for real. Y'all not joking. I stayed in trouble with my mama. I did, because I talked like I talked.
I did it because I have a smart mouth.
I didn't have no smart mouth. I like living.
No, I don't have a smart mouth.
I
never learned.
I would have died the death of a run over toad frog. I didn't never do no slick mouth with my mama. Not to save my life. No. But I would get in trouble because she was constantly correcting me. That's not how you pronounce that. You're speaking flat. Project and enunciate. That was my life. So, yeah. So trust me, like, I know how to speak properly. I just refuse. I can't. I refuse. I decline. All right. You finally made it home, Bianca. But now, Mona, me, I got to get your opinion. Now, Essence thing gave me her opinion. Do you feel like Uncle Lump, the 5-star chick, put his wife up to go in on Ashley? Because I feel like he put her up to that.
I feel the opposite. I think the wife put him up to it. Because I thought there were a few instances where he kept going with his lips, like he was itching to say something. But then she kept rubbing her hand. Ashley's going to be okay. I think she wants in on the money and probably
she definitely
had a hard conversation with him behind closed doors first.
Okay, definitely a conversation was had. So we can all agree they had a conversation, right?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so is it possible? Now you might be on to something, Mona, me. Maybe she was the one, instead of him saying you talk to her this time, maybe she was the one like, you be quiet this time, Lump. Let me talk to her. Let me see if I can.
You're gonna mess this up for us. Yeah.
Okay.
If you go back every scene that they're in, she's smiling. She wants to, she's calming Ashley down, and Lump is giving her the hard truth. But he was itching. I could see it today. He wanted to say something, but he was fighting it. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so because she had done told him, you just hush because she's not listening to you. So you just be quiet. Let me work on her.
Woman to woman. So.
Let me pull a woman to woman. Oh, there go my Jeremy. Jeremy said, once again, I didn't get many whippings because I was quiet and stayed in my place as a child, and I obeyed, child. Whippings give me heartburn, child. They was bad for my health.
No.
I was getting them like one a day until my mama just got tired and said, I'm gonna beat you for the old and the new. And on that day, my life changed because that meant on Saturdays I got a whipping for everything I did the whole week. And it
okay,
was
now this is too. Now this one is too far. I was gonna say mine was like between me and my cousin. We would get whooping so often that I knew like my grandma, she would beat us more if you cried a lot. So my cousin, he would sit there, he would get his behind pounded. I'm like, boy, we did the bad. We did the bad. Eat it up, eat it, take it, and let's get it moving. But this whole Saturday situation, no.
A planned, scheduled whooping.
No, not a schedule. It happened often enough to I knew what to do, but I didn't have a schedule.
I was a mute till I got to high school. That's for sure.
I was never mute.
Not peep.
I didn't do so well. I didn't make it. You know, I tried to make it, but I didn't make it. Hey, Nadia. Like for me, it was just, but my mama, it didn't matter if you cried or didn't cry. She was going to talk you through that whipping. So your whipping depended on what you had done. Because she was going to talk you through it syllable by syllable. Didn't I
don't like that one.
Your black behind to go and wash those clothes? Yeah, it was just like that. So your whipping was based on what you had done. So you can understand.
I can hear the belt buckle with each pause.
Yep,
as you
that's
said that.
right. And you better not move because if you make her hit herself, then you're really in trouble.
Oh, yes.
And so you can imagine.
Never let them hit themselves.
Right. And you can imagine when she finally switched to the old and the new, I was in trouble, y'all. I was in a lot of trouble because that means she had to talk me through every offense through the whole week. And I would have offenses all through the day, every day. So on Saturday, like she talked me through that whipping. It was an ordeal. And
I liked it when they got creative too.
And I know y'all gonna sit here and say, you know, Nitra, you could have just not been bad. I tried not to be bad. You know, it wasn't like I woke up and said, let me be bad today. You know, I tried. I really did. I even prayed about it. Didn't work. It didn't work. You know? And that's
the
when
fires told me everything I needed to know.
You said they told you everything you needed to know.
No, you setting fires up to, what was it, the sneakers?
Yeah, I burnt my brother's sneakers. I did. I did. You know, he got me in trouble. Like, I got a whipping for him. And I was like, I get enough of my own whippings. I don't want none of yours.
Oh,
like
that's the worst.
And he let me get a whipping for him. So them Pumas like up in smoke. Whoosh.
What was the accelerant?
Well, the thing was they were synthetic material and I didn't know that. I was a little kid. I didn't know, even if you told me. Okay, because
I was just like,
I wasn't
dousing gas?
Huh?
But I was like, did you douse gas in it? Like, how did we light this up?
Okay. So I went and got one of the lighters that my daddy had in the room. Okay. And so he actually had the shoes on. Funny story.
Oh.
And so he was talking and they weren't paying me any attention. They never did. I was crawling under the kitchen table and acting a fool as per normal. And I've always been typical Aquarius. You know, I get to you in 5 to 7 business years. He did it. He thought, you know, it was over. I was done with it. I was not done. I was still pissed. And so I lit the eyelet on the laces on both shoes. I didn't know. One shoe burnt worse than the other one. And he was being all dramatic. He got me caught because he jumped up and put his feet in the dish.
Okay, no. We didn't know that you lit them on while he was wearing them. So you played yourself.
This is a new level.
But Kai, he got me caught because he was being dramatic.
No, I thought, you know, you snuck into the room or whatever and you grabbed them. Yeah. If you lit them and he had them on in front of everyone, you knew what you were doing.
I mean, I did, but he didn't have to be dramatic, Kai.
They're always dramatic.
Nah,
but that one was valid.
He jumped up on the sink, put his feet in dishwater. I mean, making noise, dishes rattling. Of course, Mama heard it. Like, I felt like he was dry snitching.
I mean, I would snitch after attempted homicide too. So.
Really?
I mean, my life was in danger. Like, and my sneakers.
I was still little. I wasn't.
Okay, see, I was a pyromaniac, so like there are so many times I burned holes in carpets and stuff. I used to love setting things on fire. But see, I knew enough not to set things on fire when someone was wearing them.
Well, see, I wanted to do it. My mind said, okay, this should scare him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I was just trying to scare him. That's it.
Okay.
And it went further than I thought it would go.
Mm-hmm. that you thought it would go because he was wearing them. Yes.
Yeah, like I thought it would scare him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch cartoons. I used to watch Looney Tunes. That was my thing. And I thought it would be like a little bit, he'll get scared, put it out, and it would just be like, oh, well. I didn't know it was going to go whoosh.
So you're going to learn today, brother.
I learned too because I got my behind toe up, but I feel like he got me in trouble.
All right, I can respect that.
Yeah, he got me in trouble. Right, Vet got it. He overreacted. He did. He overreacted.
That is something I want to talk about. Why is it the younger ones always get extra dramatic when the parent comes into the room, wailing and screaming and writhing on the floor when you just poke them?
Well, I'm the baby. He's the middle child. He's 10 years older than me. Like, they were all older than me. And I was just trying to level out the playing field, okay? That's all. I was the smallest thing in the house. Like, what did y'all expect me to do? The closest kid to me was 7 years older than me. He was 10 years older than me. My eldest brother was 12 years older than me. And my oldest sister was 16 years older than me.
Oh, that's an age spread.
Right. So, like, I'm the baby. Like, when they start getting me in trouble and doing stuff, like, I had to do
something. You know what? I'm on your side now.
That's fair.
I'm on your side now.
That's fair.
Okay. With this age gap. Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to make things fair. That's all. That's all.
Okay. Okay. The age gap. Okay.
What else could I do? I would have to wait till they go to sleep or catch them when they wasn't paying attention.
Well, see, I love those kind of plans. That's what I used to do. I got in trouble one time. I almost emptied out a whole tube of toothpaste in front of the door so that we can step into it in the morning. I got me a good looking for that one because I wasted the toothpaste and messed up the carpet, and obviously, someone stepped in toothpaste.
Yeah. I told y'all I snuck and cut off my brother's eyelashes when he was asleep. My oldest brother. Because everybody kept talking about how pretty he was, and it pissed me off, and I didn't have no eyelashes. And he was always trying to boss me. I didn't like it. He said, I'm sure he was scared after seeing what you got for doing it. So in a way, you accomplished it. Girl, please. He was always getting beat anyway because he was bad. I about to say, what? You burned the shoes?
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, it had to be like, element of surprise, y'all. Come on. What happened to Nitra was right. It was the element of surprise.
Because the element of surprise does not have to include him wearing them. That's why.
But he was going to be surprised when he saw the laces, they got lit. Like, I didn't think the whole shoe was going to go for real. I didn't know.
The age gap, I can get you wanting your vengeance.
Right. He didn't even get burnt like that high vibe. He didn't because he jumped immediately up into the dishwater like so dramatic. It's like watching a basketball game and somebody gets fouled and then they flop to try to make it look worse. Like, I felt like that's what he was doing.
Okay, so you felt like he was adding to it. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he was adding. Like, he really put 20 on 10. Auntie, he would say, my brother terrorized me too, 13 years difference, but my daddy took care of him. They didn't terrorize me. They just did little stuff, and then I gave them some terror. You ain't gonna terrorize me.
Yeah, they feared you to the point of respect.
Dora,
I wouldn't mess with you.
I got a whipping because of him. Like, nobody sees my side of this.
No, the vengeance for the whipping, I completely can get.
Yeah,
I just wish you would have waited till he took off the shoes. That's all.
Yeah, like I would still scare him, set it up, get the shoes burnt and all that kind of stuff, but he didn't have to wear them for me.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I wore that whipping. I mean, that's how it fit in my head. That's how it was working. Keisha said, I love how you have a reason why. I had a reason. These people were bothering me. Yes, he had them on. Yes. I did cut his eyelashes. He was always acting holier than thou and bossing me around and stuff. Now, he did save me from a couple of whippings, but he just did too much. And I got tired of, oh, he's so pretty. Look at, them long eyelashes. Okay, bet. Go to sleep.
No, you would be surprised. No, you can pull off a good prank.
Well, when they sleep. All right, yeah. Renee, good night, girl. But yeah, go to sleep if you want to. Then my sister, she was always with some crap. She tried to get me in trouble. I cut a patch out of her hair. I mean, a good patch. She went to sleep. Dora say the element of surprise, you lit him up. Yes, I was. I was an oops baby to the 10th degree. My mom thought she couldn't have children anymore at all.
Oh.
And I showed up. And she didn't even believe she was pregnant, and she was very unhappy and depressed over it and everything. But here I go. Don D say, "Ooh, you making my younger nerves bad." Did your mom give out the guilty by association whippings for everybody? Yes, yes. We used to call it the roundup. She just round up everybody, cousins and all. Everybody who was at the house got a whipping. Yes. Oh, you see this? You see how people turn on you? 1 minute they love you, and the next minute they don't love you. Talking about whatever you got wasn't enough. I'd have been scared of you. They used to act like I was just a terror. When the Gremlins movie came out, they was like, that was neat. That was neat. Don't give her water after 12. I was bad. I ain't gonna lie, I was a bad kid. Say now that was my dad. He would lecture us while getting the whipping. Yeah, they gotta talk you through it. If they don't talk you through it, then it don't work. That's why kids now are so bad. People want to spank them, but they don't want to talk them through it. They just lazy. Say, bet he was glad you couldn't reach the stove to cook them grits. He should have been. He should have been. Mm-hmm. But no, that's why I always say, like, I joke about it, but I really was not bullyable. I was not a bullyable kid. You couldn't bully me. I don't care who you were, I don't care how big you were. You couldn't bully me. Because I would do anything, including bite, scratch, flick a lighter, whatever I had to do. You can't bully me.
I was taught if they hit you once, hit them back twice. Otherwise, my parents would beat me for it.
That's right. That those were the rules back in the day. Now the new rules are, oh no, if they hit you, you don't hit them. You don't do what they do. You go and tell, and no, you can tell after. My children were never in trouble for defending themselves. Y'all, why are these cats so ignorant? They keep trying to fight in my house. Like, this is not cell block 4. How come nobody told me cats like to try to constantly fight with each other? What is the problem?
Yeah, they do like to tussle.
You said territorial, right? I'm surprised I didn't live in the corner. My mother didn't send us to the corner. She told you to go get a switch or go bring me your daddy's bill. It was never a corner.
Okay, you never got in the beating, and then you were still supposed. I got like sometimes you get the beating, and then afterwards you go sit in the corner to reflect on your beating.
No. When it's time to reflect, then you go and clean dishes and wash walls and baseboards and scrub floors and wash the windows. Yes. That's how you
washing reflect. Walls.
It's never a corner. No, you go polish the
silver.
Now
there's recorders involved.
Go polish the silver. Go get that brass and polish the silver and the brass. Yeah, no. Anything that I think the closest thing we ever got to time out was like writing down, like if she gave you a book in a chapter in the book of Psalms, you have to write that over and over. That was like the closest we got to a timeout. Say, I'm setting an excellent example of accountability. When your parents say, why would you do that? I always had an answer, girl. I had an excuse for everything. And sometimes mama would make me shut up. And I know now, like after I got grown, she let me know she would make me shut up so she wouldn't end up laughing at me. Because I would be saying stupid stuff and it was funny to her, but she didn't, you can't let a kid know that you laughing at their foolishness. So she would just make me shut up, y'all, because I would be saying silly stuff and she would want to laugh at me. She would. So that's a norm for cats, them running around here fighting like they own Section 8. Like, I'm just like, what is going on? I look up and they just chasing each other and I don't understand what's happening.
I've heard they're territorial. Maybe that's why.
The girls usually aren't so bad, I heard. So your brothers paid more than my sisters, so they got more of the horror. Oh, okay. Put lizards and snakes in their bed. My brothers would be rolling. See, I was the one who was always in charge of catching. Me and my middle sister, we were in charge of catching the lizards and the frogs and stuff. And anybody could kill a snake. They didn't care who did that. Just grab a shovel. Mm-hmm. My brothers wouldn't have wasted their time. Oh, y'all, you had to write the long paragraphs 100 times. Girl, you ain't lived till your mama tell you to write out the 119th Psalm. Y'all know that's the longest one. Say the cats fight the males, though. I think gender, it does make a difference is what I heard. So we got girls, and they don't do it all the time, but sometimes, like, out of the blue, they just start, like, just scrapping. Start throwing bowls and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Y'all have your own individual food dishes, own individual litter boxes. You got your own individual toys, condos, and everything. What y'all fighting about? Maybe one of them said your mama. I don't know.
Is there anything else for Potomac?
Huh?
Is there anything else for Potomac that happened?
I think that's it, to be honest with you. I don't think nothing else really went on. We done covered everything, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other things I want to ask Mona me about? What since I got here? What was your opinion of Chris telling her, like, basically you need to make up with Robyn? You know you hold grudges. Did that vex you, or am I overreacting?
I'd say a level 3 vex. I wasn't vexed because he's done this so many times. I'm not surprised about it. But yeah, I really think he's doing it to stay friends with the husband, the other husband. That's
but Robyn ain't got no husband.
Robyn doesn't count.
But he was telling her to like make up with Robert, you know, because you know you do hold a grudge. Somebody lied. This fella decided to misrepresent the truth and then humiliate his wife, and he tells her, "Well, you do hold a grudge."
Yeah, that I didn't like. You do hold a grudge. You shouldn't have said that on national television. But yeah, like what it could also be he wants her to keep the bag. He doesn't want her to get iced out completely because she's on thin ice.
That's true. Maybe. I don't know. I just didn't like it. You know, it bothered me. It was giving me flashbacks from the Ashley situation. And did you catch what he said about he was trying to be the go-between between Candice and Giselle and explaining about how to communicate with her? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did, because he did it last season too.
On that couch, after the way they ganged up on her on that couch, you went to try to be a go-between? And now that somebody's lying on you, the same people are lying on you. Candice sitting there like a numbskull. Oh, I got his back 100%. Like, I understand that, but I mean, I would not have been mad at her if she said, "Nah, when they was after me, it was make up with them, don't hold a grudge." I wouldn't have been mad if she told him, "Nah, make up with them, don't hold a grudge," because I might have. Y'all know I'm real slick like that. If I got to make up with them and don't hold a grudge when they lie on me, keep the same energy.
I feel like last season was definitely worse when Mia threw that salad in her face and he kept grabbing Candice, making her sit down, yelling at her to go make up with them or don't react. Ooh, girl. He's done it too many times now where I'm not surprised, but I'm not fazed by it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but it pisses me off because we're seeing this gross contrast in how they react for each other. Mm-hmm. Cause look how she's all the way down for him. She down like 4 flats on a Cadillac for him.
Yeah. Even against her own mama, but not
against her against the world. She Tupac for him. But then when it's her, these women who are not even there to be his friends, they there to be her friends. You want to be accepted by these people so much, and you want to be likable to these people so much that even when they disrespect, abuse, verbally, lie on, gaslight, manipulate your wife, always get over it. You doing too much. You holding grudges. Really? How? I'm just saying, like, y'all, that bothered me. I ain't lying. That pissed me off. I wanted to slap him. I wouldn't have minded getting my fingers a little dusty tonight. I wanted to slap him.
Yeah, I don't expect much for Chris though. But then Candice should open up and be like, either have my back or, get going.
Right, or I need to stop having yours.
Yeah. It's a dusty thing.
I didn't like it, y'all. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way that felt.
Ty, did you feel away?
Yeah, I told her, like, I can see your partner saying, like, oh, you do hold a grudge, but in context, this isn't holding a grudge. Right. I don't care how well, quote unquote, she's standing up for you or not. This is something entirely different and new that she's trying to start an issue with me over something that should not be a non-starter in the first place, because she should think herself it wasn't her. But of course she does, because she's having her own guilty conscience about the foolishness she's doing.
Right.
So I don't know either. And he does have a history of that, and I do think, like, it's a toxic people pleasing. And like again, and that pushes you to be willing to run over your wife though to people, because it's like I need all 5 people to really like me versus the one who will really stand beside me. So that
the person who actually sleep next to you at night.
Yeah, so that part, like I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, no ma'am. No ma'am.
I still believe in check me in private and not in public, but he always does it on camera and treats her like a little girl too.
It's like he's trying to get brownie points with these people because that's what it's giving.
I feel like
and look what them brownie points got him. Lied on by rings and riffraff. Look what
I feel like it's a reality show, so like I feel like eventually I'm going to see you checking your partner, but I feel like you shouldn't check your partner within the group. If I'm seeing you at home and y'all reflecting on the situation, but obviously there's still though a threshold of that for me, but it mostly to me really bothers me when he does it in the group.
Yeah. That just gives the group more ammo to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I really don't like that.
Oh, I gotta get off, y'all. I gotta go. I hate to go because I love when the conversations get.
Well, you have to run it forever.
You know it. I was about to say, but we did good. We did not do 5 hours tonight, y'all. We only did 3. We only did 3.
Okay. Always have a good time on the front porch.
Yeah.
But can I ask one last thing before I go, Seanitra? I really want to know. Do you think, actually both of you, that Karen is in the mix with the Green-Eyed Bandits, but just has them do the dirty work?
No.
No?
I don't believe she's in the mix at all. I believe what's going on with Karen is she wants to appear to be a fair person, so she doesn't get in the mix. But if it ever comes right down to it, she's gonna side with them. That's what I think.
I feel like I'm also on that train of thought where I do feel like she will stay on the sidelines, but when she is pushed to like show her allegiance, she breaks. She does the apology, and to me, it's not a strategy of like a Wendy situation. It is why are you apologizing to Mia when she's the one who told you go spend the lunch with Wendy because I don't want her at the beach, and you do that, and now you're coming to her apologizing that you did the thing that she told you to do.
Get that?
Like things like that, and like. So I do feel like sometimes she can be in the mix. I don't put that past her, but I feel that more often than not, she will peep it and still sat to the side and pretend like she's being neutral and trying to play fair.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think in situations like that, it's a matter of your silence is complicit.
Yeah, so like with the fight.
Yeah, definitely.
I know Seanitra really didn't like the whole, and I didn't like it either. Like the whole, oh well, you both are wrong, and then eventually it went from not you both being wrong. It went from like y'all are both acting up, and I don't like the lies.
Right, and I'm like lies? Somebody hurling insults because you hurled a drink, a person, a cell phone is not a lie. That's just somebody fighting verbally. Get over it.
Yeah, so I feel like more often than not, she's complicit and she'll sit there until it's ready to jump in. But I wouldn't put past her to be in the mix sometimes.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past her sometimes. I think maybe she has from time to time, but just on a regular, I wouldn't think so. That's not the way I'm seeing it. I see it as she wants to be seen as upstanding. And I think there's a lot of that stuff that Robyn and Rings do is so far from upstanding that she wouldn't be involved. But I think if pushed, and every time she's pushed and every time it comes right down to it, she's going to always side with Team Yellow because that's who she is in her heart.
Right. That's what I get. Like if they're in the room plotting, she wouldn't say no. She wouldn't speak up. She'd just be like, y'all do what you want to do and then just keep me out of it, sort of.
Right. But that's not being down with it. That's just, again, quietly complicit. But that's what I think. But I mean, either way, it doesn't make her look any better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. I had a good time as always.
Yes, thank you.
Girl, I had a good time with y'all.
Oh, I don't know. I'm usually really nervous to call in, but I always feel right at home here.
Okay.
It's frightening when you call in for the first time. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah. You don't know what you sound like, and you don't know people are going to be on the chat and stuff, but I always have a good time here. You guys are very welcome.
Now, why would anybody be scared to call in over here on the porch? I think this has got to be one of the safest places to call in because everybody in the chat is welcoming. They're friendly. Even if they disagree with you, they might crack jokes, but nobody's going to do any attacks on you. Like, you're safe over here because I don't allow that kind of behavior. Yeah. So this is, even if you don't agree with something I say, just tell me, especially if it's funny, run with it. I like it, give it to me. But that's the thing. Everybody over here is respectful, whether we agree or disagree. We always family. So tongue
Yeah,
and
I
teeth.
do love that, and everybody saying hello to each other. It's just really nice, even though it's.
I love it. Black Swan say she thinks that Karen like choosing the easy over what's right. That may be it too now. Hey, G darling.
But I just have a problem when Easy's always a light skinned / biracial.
Isn't that funny? And so I think it's just a matter of I think it's just a matter of that's really who she is at heart. I really believe that. I could be wrong, but I really believe that's who she is at heart. I think that she has reveled in her own privilege for quite a while, probably her whole life. And I think that hold on, I'm replying to text. I'm replying to text y'all because I get texts even when I'm on the air. And sometimes it's royal family too. So I try to like respond when I see them so I don't forget. Because if I, y'all know my mind bad. I'm over here geezering. I be doing it. So sometimes I try to respond as soon as I see things. But yeah, like just please call in anytime you want to. Ain't no need to be shy over here. Everybody can talk. Shoot, the host barely speak good English, so you shouldn't be shy. I mean, the bar is so low.
It's personality.
It's not like you got to come over here with all your SAT words. Honey, you over here with Seanitra of all people. So I think you safe. I think you good.
Oh, I love it here. So I mean, maybe I will hit the link again at some point.
Okay, and we love you here. Keisha E. Telly, she said, yes, this is a safe zone. You can say anything you need to say. Long as you're not acting ugly, you good to go. And you ain't never acted ugly in the chat or on the screen, honey. You good.
Oh, thank you.
You good with me.
Y'all.
Well, all right, ladies. Any final thoughts? Who wants to rate the show? If we got to grade it A through F, what did you give this week? Okay.
This episode?
I feel like a C plus.
C plus. Okay.
Yeah, literally what I was about to say. Yeah. C plus.
Yeah, C plus. Yeah.
It felt a little filler, but like you said, it was like a cool down episode after the trip.
Yeah,
so
like
okay.
we needed it. It wasn't like completely like absolutely nothing happened. It wasn't that.
I'm teetering between a C minus and a D plus because they pissed me off almost this entire.
Okay, but the piss offation. Okay.
Yeah, the piss offication of this episode was a lot. It I could tell they wanted it to be a cool down, but instead of just letting it be a cool down episode, they literally took their cool down episode to try to spin a narrative to clean up those animals.
Yeah, because I do think Robyn is cleaning. Robyn is done, but Robyn is smart enough.
You think she's
I don't know. My blood pressure can't take much more after this.
I feel like she's smart enough to know what people are going to think about it. But I don't think she's dumb enough to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Who,
yeah, she's dumb enough. Robyn, yeah, she's definitely dumb enough to keep doing it. She may be smart enough. She may have been smart enough in the moment to know, or it could have been that production was like, this gonna make you look bad, so let's try to do this. Go in there and cry with Candice. Candice is the crier. Cry with Candice, and then Candice will cry with you, and that'll kind of absolve you a little bit. Okay, Snow White say D plus. Cheryl says C. Okay, bet. So yeah, we're
in that range.
Yeah, we're in the same range. They pissed me off too much with this episode. I couldn't take it. My heart couldn't take no more. This was just dreadful.
And I hope they really get it at the reunion, because otherwise I'm done.
They better.
We've been talking about this reunion since like the first 4 episodes or something.
Actually, that's a good question.
We were like, "Where's the reunion?"
But okay, y'all, do you think this might be a sign of a good season if we're all so heated and like emotionally reactive to these episodes?
I would say so if it wasn't such problematic issues. If we were reactive to some drama type, he said, she said, and who lied and who said and who whispered, then that would be a good season. But when the issues are actual social problems that affect the Black community, and we're seeing it play out in such a toxic and dangerous manner, I can't call it good.
Yeah. That's where I kind of have to break from that, because when I hear some people feeling like, it's getting the numbers because Black people are watching it, and like we're at the point where I feel like people are watching it because it's Black Housewives, and you don't want them to not be on the air, but that to me is an issue then, because you're not necessarily entertained for the women. It's like you feel obligated in a certain sense, and then also at the same thing, it's like, yes, I know Seanisha's not my regular corn for Sunday, and we can talk for 4 or 5 hours, but we're talking about 4 or 5 hours of things that are triggering, that are people's real experiences, and that seem to be done very purposefully, and also handled so irresponsibly.
It's purposely, and the fact that it's triggering to especially Black women in our community, because that's who suffers from colorism the most. And so we're your audience, but you're giving us things that are triggering, things that are insultive, things that are offensive. And it's like, here, consume this. I didn't like it.
Yeah. And I guess my other bigger issue is that, I'm waiting for the reunion, but I don't even trust that it will be fully addressed at the reunion either. So then I can't feel like
I'm waiting on that moment, and I've already told you, I'm waiting on them to try to pull that, because that's when we really got to make noise and blast the dog crap out of them.
Yeah,
because we made it very clear that we don't like it. We made it very clear that it's disgusting, that it's toxic, that it's triggering, that it is a very real problem, and you playing in our faces. And if they get on that reunion and don't address it, that's when we need to double down and blast their draws off.
Right.
Ain't no,
because we're the one giving them the views and the Twitter hashtags and all of that. So
yeah, we need to go ahead and be getting it ready, because if they don't do what needs to be done, then we need to be prepared to do what needs to be done. We need to be prepared either way. If they address it and they try to give us some watered down bull crap like they did with Shiny O Nostrils, then we need to address it. If they try to sweep it under the rug and pretend like it never happened, we need to address it. If they do address it, but they don't hold people accountable and they're not very specific about instances and offenses, then we need to address it. Period. I told you, I'm watching it just for that purpose.
I'm watching it just to tune into the front porch and Gabor's lives, pretty much at this point.
Okay, my baby brother is crazy. They don't tell her what that boy gonna say. That's right. Black Swan said, if it's not addressed, I will no longer view the show. And I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
They better address it. And they need to be careful how they address it too. They might want to be mindful of that.
Yeah. Because we've already lost Roa. Atlanta's gone. I don't know.
Yeah, because RHOA is done. They're done. They got a bunch of boring, bland, nobody's up there doing nothing, talking about nothing, and Marlo up there lying. Oh, it's gonna be an epic season. Y'all said that last time. You gave us epic boredom.
Yeah, and I guess to me, and I know Seanitra, I guess to me, I think it is because not just from the mom's side, like the irresponsibility part, and I think it's even more to me irresponsible because I feel like the women are doing it purposefully. And someone I think I said it here before, it's like there's a podcast, and she said it kind of in a way I never really thought about it, of like white women watch Real Houses of Atlanta, but we don't really see the outcry of when the girls are shooting each other because white women can't really put themselves in their shoes. But on Potomac, they can the way I see white women talk about Wendy and Candice is because they can more so relate to a Giselle, a Robyn, or Ashley because they can kind of at least see themselves in there. So there's something to me insidious about that part. Insidious about the part that, like, if you go on Ashley's Instagram, it's very much so geared towards a white audience. And then you get on the show, and I feel like she does say dog whistles towards Candice. You get a reaction, and she comes on the reunion. Well, why would you say this? And why would you say that? I'm just like,
because they know what they're doing, and the fact remains that you're telling the truth. That's why representation matters. That's why people need to stop gaslighting Black women and saying, "Oh no, biracials can represent you." No, you cannot. Not when there's a whole other audience of women that you do that you can also represent to the same or certain. I won't say certain degree, to the same degree, because you're equally one as much as the other. And then also the fact that, like you said, because these people can identify with them, they're quick to jump on the bandwagon to attack the Candices and the Wendys because they're remembering every time they tried to mishandle a Black woman and got served. And how they felt like they were the victim after they started off being, the offender.
The aggressor. Right. And I guess it really bothers me because, again, I when I'm doing stuff, I listen to podcasts and stuff like that. And there's one podcast I had to stop listening to because the way that they would talk about a Wendy and a Candice, it bothered me. Like, they were like, oh, Wendy doesn't need to be on this show because she's just another Candice 2.0. And I'm like, what do you mean, accomplished? Because I'm like, I feel like Wendy's like her own person. Like, what do you mean by that? Because I feel like Ashley and Giselle could be the same person.
Is another Black woman who's completely Black with a strong personality and her own mouth. And it's like, we've already got one of those. So it's like, okay, Candice, you get to be the Black girl on the show. And they're saying we only need one Black girl on the show. That's what they mean when they're saying that.
And I knew that. And that's why I was just like, girl, I left the One Star and everything. And I was listening to another podcast. Oh, they were still hot about it. They were talking about it for 2 episodes. I don't think I was the only person, but I know I was one of them. Because I was just like, and that's why I hear a group of white people speak on this show. And I'm just kind of like, we've seen Robyn and Ashley talk about how they know how people talk about Wendy and Candice. So then for you to get on the show and continue to do this means that you want this to happen.
Yes, that's what they wanted, but what they did not count on was the village's response to them. That's what they underestimated. And it's been very entertaining, even when y'all ran that fella off Twitter. That was real entertaining. Latoya said it would be nice if people were talking about her. These issues would definitely be addressed and discussed. You know, they would never let anybody as Black as me on their screen. It would never happen. Ever would it happen. And I'm fine with that. It's one of those things like, if the devil shakes your hand, it's probably because you're something like him. So I count it as an honor that people like that would never, ever, ever sit down and have tea with a girl like me. But listen, we going for real now because it's been another half. Y'all ain't finna roll in 5 hours. Nope.
It's all right. I got makeup to look at to buy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, let me put this in the chat real quick for those of you who need some palettes and some colors that are on the run. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure y'all got them. Make sure y'all got the link.
Does it ship to Canada or is it just in the States?
Canada and the States. Now, the shipping to Canada is a little more expensive. You know why? Because the U.S. Postal Service plays no game with Canada. You know how they treat y'all. I'm just saying. I mean, am I lying? Y'all know how they are.
No, it's the sad truth. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. I'm on your side. It's not fair. I got a package I need to send to Canada right now for one of our sisters. I went and bought the stuff and still haven't made it there. Not even because of the money, but I just hadn't made it there. And I need to. I definitely need to. But this is the thing. Let me show y'all something real quick. Real quick. Okay. Okay. So real quick before we go. All right. She's going to the post office tomorrow and Tuesday. This is the link for Geneva's Gardens handcrafted eyeshadow. So these are all by hand, not from China, not drop shipped and slap the label on it. It is the real deal. Okay. And very few people can say that. So we don't want to miss out on any of that stuff. Let me grab this real quick and then show y'all what we're working with. All right. So this is the fall palette from Geneva's Garden. It is on sale now. Everything must go. New colors are coming in. New colors for the winter, new colors for the spring, and some different color motifs all together. So make sure you get your Geneva's Garden tutorial. So again, do not miss out. Do not miss out. The link is in the chat. Okay. So y'all make sure you get yours. And like I said, the link is there. There is the link at Etsy.com. Make sure you grab yours. On sale right now for $26.99. Awesome palettes, mirror inside, packaged well, and she ships fast, so your stuff will get there quick. Okay? All right.
Night, everyone.
Bye. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Let me get y'all up out of here so y'all can get ready for school, work, or your day off, whatever's happening tomorrow on Monday. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. She says if you order now, you can get it before Christmas. Y'all know what time it is. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful evening. Please hit the like button on your way out. If you manage not to hit the like button on your way in, please hit the notification bell and click all so you'll know every time we go live over here on this porch. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There's a join button under the video, membership link in the description box under the video. And we'll see y'all again tomorrow, more than likely, if we got something to gossip about or if we got any good Florida Negro news. We will be in with news updates. If there's anything that's happening, we will report it here first, okay? I love you guys. As always, God loves you. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a wonderful evening, sweet dreams. Everybody say your prayers. And we will talk again tomorrow. Bye, y'all.